Okay, so it is now 8 o'clock here in New York City, Eastern Standard Time. I usually do my best to start any live streams that I'm doing as as right on time as possible. Right now, some of the words are escaping me because I'm trying to do something else. So the first thing I'm going to do, because you already see what the title is I'm going to read the actual law. Okay, so let me just see how that looks, and I'm going to read the law itself for you just so you understand what the frame of reference is. So the law itself is called Senate Bill number 132. And it says an act to add sections 2605 and 2606 to the Penal Code. It was filed with the Secretary of State September 26, 2020. You can read most of this yourself, but I'm just going to go over the major parts of the top, maybe the abstract, I guess you could say. So it says, existing law establishes the state prisons under the jurisdiction of the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Existing law authorizes a person sentenced to imprisonment in the state prison or a county jail for a felony to be, during the period of confinement, deprived of those rights and only those rights as is reasonably related to legitimate penological interest. This bill would require the Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation to, during initial intake and classification, and in a private setting, ask each individual entering into the custody of the department to specify the individual's gender identity, whether the individual identifies as transgender, non-binary, or intersex, and their gender, pronoun, and honorific. The bill would prohibit the department from disciplining a person for refusing to answer or not disclosing complete information in response to these questions. The bill would authorize a person under the jurisdiction of the department to update this information. The bill would prohibit staff, contractors, and volunteers of the department from failing to consistently use the gender pronoun and honorific an individual has specified in verbal and written communications with or regarding that individual that involve the use of a pronoun or honorific. The bill would require the department for a person who is transgender, non-binary, or intersex to only conduct a search of that person according to the search policy for their gender identity or according to the gender designation of the facility where they are housed, based on the individual's search preference. The bill would additionally require the department to house the person in a correctional facility designed for men or women based on the individual's preference, except as specified. So before I go on, we are dealing with a bill here. There are two genders listed, just two. I can highlight them, men or women. So apparently, regardless what you may have heard, the law itself has basically told you right there that it sees that there is only two genders, men or women. Now, listen, I apologize if you can't see this too well, but once again, you can pull up that Senate bill and you can read it yourself. So, there's only two genders, right? Now, this law apparently is making it, based on what I've read, this law is making it so a person is allowed to tell the prison what gender they believe that they are or identify with, and therefore the law must accommodate that prisoner by housing them in the housing facility for the gender that they identify with. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So this was the law that I just read. This is the actual, I'm sorry, this is the Senate bill that hasn't completely gone into law yet. I should say that. Like, I got to be very clear about that. Okay, so now I'm going to shift on to the story of the day. So I'm going to stop that screen and I'm going to go on to this story right here. Now, let's see, prison inmate. Okay, so now you may have started hearing about it. I had put this story in my community chat and somebody called it a fake story, but it turns out, no, it's a real story and it's starting to gain energy because you know how the lamestream fake media is. They don't report on anything they don't want to report on. So what ends up happening is a lot of things get wiped under the table and forgotten. A lot of the things that are happening right now get basically ignored unless the lamestream media wants to pay attention to it. Hi, Toya. Okay, so I'll dispense with the pleasantries for right now, and I'll get straight into the meat of the story. So, this is the story. California prison inmate pregnant after state lets biological men into women's prison. That is the story that we're working on today. California prison inmate pregnant after state lets biological men into women's prison. Okay, so that is the story. So I'm going to skim over this. I'm going to go through it quickly. CHOWCHILLA, California. According to reports, at least one female prison inmate at the Central California Women's Facility has turned up pregnant since the state passed legislation allowing biological men to be housed in biological women's prison facilities. Here on Twitter, somebody says, this is the definition of lunacy. Transgender prisons inmate reported pregnant after California law allows men housed with women. It goes on to say the group Women's Liberation Front, or WOLF, took to Twitter on July 26, sharing news that they've confirmed at least one woman becoming pregnant inside of the CCWF. We have now heard from several different people inside CCWF that at least one woman, possibly more, is now pregnant after being housed with a male felon who was transferred to the women's prison under SB 132. I'm going to have to check the legality of SB 132, but something tells me that after this happens, something tells me that, I don't know, it might get repealed, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, says this, of course, an outcome that people with an IQ above room temperature could have seen coming, that housing biological men in prison facilities created specifically for biological women were going to result in someone becoming pregnant. This issue at hand is none other than SB 132, the bill brought to life in California that has seen men given the opportunity to request to be housed in women's prison facilities. Now, I'll just say it like this. If I had to go to prison, but obviously I don't do any crime like that, but if I had to go to prison and I had the option to pretend to be a woman so that I could be housed in a women's correctional facility, you goddamn right I would. Not to impregnate anybody, but simply because I know it's less dangerous for me. Those women, obviously they're not going to be able to take me on one by one, so they're not going to be able to drop soap and do nothing to me. So the thing about it is it makes so much sense from a logical standpoint that if you were about to be locked up, that the best thing you could do is pretend to be a woman, so this way you won't face any real time. You'll be locked into a prison heat movie, for God's sakes. Okay, the law itself has such a low barometer for what's needed for a man to be housed in a woman's prison facility that all a male inmate needs to do is basically recite some of the lyrics of Shania Twain's Man, I Feel Like a Woman to administrative staff, and they're on the path to being housed with women in prison. And officials in California had to know that either women were going to be assaulted or have casual affairs with these male inmates, because reports show that California is now giving condoms and Plan B to female inmates. California is now giving condoms and Plan B to female inmates housed in prisons. Well, let me get this straight. If you're a female and you're in a female prison, who exactly are you having sex with who's in danger of impregnating you? Huh? That's something that the logic chain just doesn't add up. Okay. In a report on that aspect from Wolf, the organization says that the prison administration handing out contraceptives to female inmates is a tacit admission that officials knew that acts of sexual assault could happen with the enactment of SB 132. It says Wolf's report also mocked how male inmates trying to infiltrate women's prisons in California are being coddled in the process, while officials are ignoring the concerns of real women who could suffer from this disastrous law. I'm going to keep skipping over the quotes. Any sort of male inmate, regardless of the crimes they're convicted of, can get themselves in a women's prison in California. Yes, even convicted rapes. And I'm not supposed to say that was a lot of the dudes who are on these channels, they're afraid to say words. But the thing about it is, I'm quoting. So it says, yes, even convicted rapists and those with a history of violence against women. Now, if it was up to me, the rapist and murderer was, especially when we catch this stuff on videotape and we have clear evidence, no, you'd be executed. In fact, China's about to execute a drug dealer that came from Canada right now. So basically, they're lucky that I'm not in charge because I'd actually put down some real laws. But anyway, what's all the more concerning regarding the passage of SB 132 is that a poll released back in October of 2020 found that a majority of voters disagree with the policies that infringe upon the existence of single-sex areas, such as prisons, changing rooms, and homeless shelters. As if issues regarding pregnancy, sexual assaults, rapes aren't concerning enough, California is also putting these women at elevated risk of contracted HIV. Notice they didn't mention coronavirus, but they are talking about HIV once again, finally, because I haven't heard that word in like 2 years. Okay, by accommodating the whims of men that either have a gender identity crisis or are looking to exploit the language in SB 132. So that is the first part of the story. Let me, and by the way, I provide all of the links of everything I'm reading. Let me move on to this next part. So back, I think you should see that. Hold on, let me just, California Women's Prison. Okay, back, this story, August 8th, 2021. A California women's prison is now distributing condoms following an inmate's prison. So it's just a little bit more on the exact same subject, obviously. Okay, so, and by the way, the links are in the URL just in case you want to read along with me. I'm just setting the stage right now. Times have changed, and apparently so have women's prisons. Women's rights activist Kara Dansky is criticizing women's prisons that allow transgender people who are biologically male to be housed in their facilities. Dansky states that her organization had reports of terrified female inmates, citing that a California women's prison now distributes condoms after an inmate got pregnant behind bars. We approximate that 20 of them have been granted. About 20 men are being housed in women's prisons now, as far as we know. We suspect that none of the applications have been denied. We also know that in Washington state, approximately 9 male convicted felons are being housed in a woman's prison, says Kara. One of these men has been convicted of multiple murders of women. And another one of these men has been convicted of rape of a 12-year-old girl. We know that in states all over this country, there are various policies for actual statutory laws on the books that allow for this and in fact mandate it. While Dansky, first of all, if you raped a 12-year-old girl and we had clear evidence that you did it, you'd be executed if I was in charge. Executed. That's what I said. So anyway, while Dansky feels strong about women's safety with biological males being housed in the same facilities, there have been reports of transgender women who feel extremely unsafe in males' prisons, such as Ashley Diamond. Ashley Diamond is a transgender woman who is biologically male, who sued the state of Georgia for the second time in 2020. According to the lawsuit, Diamond was housed in men's prisons where she had allegedly been assaulted more than 14 times by inmates and prison staff. In addition to her lawsuit for negligence, Ashley demanded to be transferred to a women's facility for safety and comfort. With safety concerns in both scenarios, it's hard to decide what's best in this situation. Though Kara's fight for female prisoner right to safety continues, what are your thoughts? Before I go on to that, there was, now, because basically this continues more of the same, but this person, Ashley Diamond, she actually, sorry about that. I know you can hear me now. My computer went into reboot mode because goddamn Windows 10 seems to have a bug with a piece of my hardware. I think it's my video card. No, not my video card. It's my USB card. So I'm gonna I'm booting back up. It'll only take me a second, but I can keep talking on my iPhone right now. So here's the thing. Before I let anybody in, I basically had to set the stage by reading the law and quoting the law. And then after I quoted the law, read the law, then I moved on to the actual stories at hand. So this person, Ashley Diamond, that's the person I want to focus on, because this person was obviously a biological male who was assaulted multiple times in this prison. And she sued Georgia twice, or at least twice. So here's the question. Who in their right mind, would put females, biological females and biological males in the exact same prisons? That's insane. Okay, let me turn off my iPhone. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, you'd have to be freaking insane to do this. But you know what's also funny? Now you're hearing more and more pushback from females who are high school students and females who are being forced to compete against biological males because they're transgender. And even though they're trying, the media, the lamestream media is trying to keep it under wraps. At this point, now you can't. If you haven't heard this story, the reason why you haven't heard this story up until now is because the media has been suppressing it. Why would they be suppressing stories like this? Why are they suppressing stories about more and more females boycotting their schools because they're forcing them to compete against biological males? So anyway, Ashley Diamond is an American transgender, and oh, by the way, she has her own Wikipedia page built to her. I have photos of her somewhere on here, but I was just gonna read this part first. Transgender civil rights activist who sued the Georgia Department of Corrections twice for housing her with male inmates and refusing to provide medical treatment she'd been receiving since she was a teenager. Now, this is all suspect to me. First of all, when it says medical treatment she'd been receiving since she was a teenager, are you talking about drugs, hormones, which I'm pretty sure it talks about in the next paragraph? But here's the thing. I feel the exact same way about this that I feel about the transgenders who were in the military. The taxpayer has no obligation to pay for your surgeries. The taxpayer has no obligation to pay for your drugs post-surgery. That's on you. If you want to take out these surgeries and whatnot, then what you should do is you should put together some type of insurance policy or some type of insurance health group. And what you need to do is fund that stuff yourself. I am a taxpayer. I have far too much of my money going to ammo for my Desert Eagle. I have far too much of my money going to pay for the brakes on my SRT products. I have far too much of my money going to alcohol. I have far too much money that is mine going to things that I wanted to go to. You have no right to my money, just like I don't like funding wars and stuff. You have no right to my money. And I'm tired of the taxpayer being taken advantage of by people who think that all they have to do is finagle the system and they can weasel all the welfare checks out of it they want. Sooner or later, the general public is going to fight back. I don't know how many of them have to be disenfranchised before they get their balls together so that they can figure out, wait a minute, we need to fight this government before they bankrupt us. But sooner or later, it's coming. That's just a simple fact. So, again, on Ashley Diamond. Diamond was imprisoned in 2012 for a nonviolent offense and held in a men's facility. So this is a transgender biological male who was put in a men's facility. While in prison, she was denied medically necessary hormones. The prison has no obligation to continue to give you hormones. The prison is supposed to give you first aid and medical care that you may require after dropping the soap in the shower. But the prison is not under any obligation to give you hormones. That's not what the prison is for. That's what what are those people? Endocrinologists. That's what they're for. Hormone therapy. That's what those people are for. But if you're in prison for a crime, that's not what the prison's for. So anyway, this person was beaten and sexually assaulted by inmates with no help from prison guards. From inside the prison, Diamond partnered with the Southern Poverty Law Center, there's that name again, to file a class action lawsuit against the Georgia Department of Corrections, settling for an undisclosed amount. God knows how much that was. How much did that cost me? That's all I need to know. I don't really care about what goes down there in Georgia. My thing is, don't take my tax dollars and put it to unconstitutional things. My money is required to put new brake pads on my car. I don't need to pay you anything for any reason. Okay, so that is Ashley Diamond. In fact, let me get a picture of this Ashley Diamond just so you know who we're talking about. Ashley Diamond, I think you can see that. Ashley Diamond, right. Nope, there's no photo here, but I saw photos. Let me see if there's a photo here. There we go. Ashley Diamond. This is Ashley Diamond, just in case you never heard of this story before. Because, see, when you listen to me, you're listening to the real news. This is what's happening behind the scenes. Ashley Diamond is a black transgender woman and social justice and prisoners' rights activist whose landmark victory against the Georgia Department of Corrections in 2016 made national headlines. I don't know if you heard this story, because up until now, I don't think I did. Ashley has since been re-imprisoned as a result of a technical parole violation and is currently incarcerated at Coastal State Prison in Garden City. Now, this story was August 3rd, 2020, so I don't know what may have changed since then. That was 1 year ago. The situation is urgent and dire. She has faced repeated sexual assaults, and denial of health care, and the danger is further exacerbated by the COVID-19. This is how they weasel that COVID-19 in there. COVID-19 has further exacerbated by the pandemic, which is rapidly spreading through prisons across the country. We've got to let these people out of prison before COVID gets these prisoners, these fine, upstanding prisoners. We have to get them out of there. We have to unlock those gates before those fine, upstanding prisoners are destroyed by COVID. Okay, the Center for Constitutional Rights and Southern Poverty Law represent Ashley, are advocating for her release as well as her access to the vital care that she is due. She is due to have the taxpayer paying for her hormone therapy. Who are some taxpayers? Let's see. Holloway Inn, you need to pay more taxes because Ashley needs more hormones. Maisha, you need to pay more taxes because Ashley needs more hormones. Death Row, you need to pay more taxes. You're not doing your part. Toya, you need to pay more taxes because Ashley needs your money. Top Dog Killer, you need to pay more taxes. Ashley needs your money. Who else? Cybertruck, you need to pay more taxes. Ashley needs your money. She needs it now. Let's see. CJ Marr. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. CJ Marr, you need to pay more taxes. Ashley needs hormone therapy. What are you doing? You need to get on to the jail website and you need to send Ashley money right now because she needs your money. She needs your money. Okay? So you need to get on that jail website, and you guys, Shaka Nulu, you need to pay taxes because Miss Diamond needs your tax dollars right now. So what are you doing? Why are you still here? You need to get on the jail website and you need to send her some super chats because she needs money. Says people think that because it's an opportunity for someone else, it's their God-given right because they're special. Narcissists never ceases to amaze me. Well, guess what? This is what happens in a welfare state. Eventually, your money starts being used for unconstitutional reasons. Eventually, it starts being used for ridiculous reasons. And in the middle, there's always a middleman who's got their pockets wide open. And while all this money is changing hands, they're stealing it. They're penny shaving while this money is changing hands. So, I think I've mostly set the stage on this. And I will look at this one last page before I open up the discussion. There was one last page. Okay, so this was the one I was looking at. Stop tech censorship. I'm not doing nothing. Female inmate now pregnant after California pro-trans policy forces women's prison to house biological men despite prisoners' pleas. Warnings report. Okay, so I think there may be a video here. I'm not sure. You know what? What is it? Okay, female prisoners and women's advocacy groups pled with the state of California not to implement a new pro-transgender law that would force state prisons to accept biological males. The inmates and their advocates warned Governor Gavin Newsom and his administration that nothing good could come from it, citing fears of abuse, sexual disease, and pregnancy. In response to these concerns, the state handed out condoms and pregnancy resources. So wait a minute, hold on. How the fuck do you hand out condoms and pregnancy resources? First of all, you're running a prison. People in prison aren't supposed to be having sex at all. They're not. That's the bottom line. So you mean to tell me, now keep in mind, there's some women in here, understand, if you're a woman in a woman's prison, what they are basically doing, and literally, is putting men in the same cells with you. That's what they're doing. I'm not going to gloss over the language. They are putting men in the cells with you. That's what they're doing. And when the women and the advocacy groups are complaining that what's obviously going to happen is these women, these female prisoners are going to get pregnant, they start passing out condoms? They start passing out Plan B? Are you kidding me? What's next? Are they going to start doing abortions in the prisons? Is something amiss here? Is there a logic fail here? I think there's a logic fail. That's what it seems to me. There's some type of logic fail. So, now, according to a leading liberal women's organization that opposes the pro-trans policy, one of the state's major women's prisons now has at least one pregnant inmate who was impregnated by one of the penis-bearing biological male transfers. Penis-bearing biological male transfer. Now, you know what's interesting to me? Because this is like, okay, if you're a biological male, and you've been taking the hormone therapy and whatnot to try to grow breasts and increase your feminine aspects, I always believed that those hormones were supposed to either render you sterile or they were supposed to shrink the testicles because of lack of testosterone. Because the hormones that these people are taking are like progesterone and estrogen, right? So what would normally happen is your testicles would shrink because of the lack of production of testosterone because they're being overpowered. The lack of testosterone, the lack of androgen. But if this bio male was able to get a woman pregnant, then that means that none of that stuff works, even on the transgenders. Either he wasn't getting the hormones or it just doesn't work. So that means that men are still fully capable of impregnating women, even if they are taking hormones. Just think about that for a second. I could read the rest of this, but I really don't need to. I think you get the gist of this. So that is that right there. That is the story. So my thing is, now that you know what you're facing, especially if you're a female who keeps it real and it goes wrong, if you land in prison, it's not going to be good for you because you are going to end up in prison with biological males. The last thing I'm going to say, just in case you don't know what prison's like because you've never been there, just in case you don't know what it's like, the last thing I'm going to say, there's a great movie that you really ought to watch, and it's kind of like an adventure movie, but if you get a chance, you should give this movie a watch. The movie is called Prison Heat, and it stars Rebecca Chambers and Laurie Jo Hendricks. You probably have no idea who they are because they were like B-movie actors who were on Showtime. I had when I was a kid in 1993, I was watching television late at night. I went to sleep, and just like when you're always watching Showtime, when you wake up, there's guaranteed to be some porno on. And I happened to see part of this movie playing out, so I kept watching it until about 2 o'clock in the morning. The movie is 1 hour and 30 minutes long. I think you might be able to download it if you have torrents or you download shit illegally and steal like content. I think YouTube may have it to watch. So if you have a YouTube account, watch this movie. I'm telling you, this movie, you will love it. It's awesome. It's a great movie. You will love it. I'm not even going to go into all the details. I'm telling you, this is, you know how people do book reviews and they suggest books and everything? Well, today I'm recommending this movie, Prison Heat, Rebecca Chambers, Laurie Jo Hendricks, and there's a Muslim guy. I don't know what his name is because this happens in a Turkish prison. I'm telling you, get this movie, download this movie, watch this movie. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. So I am basically done. So I'm going to open the floor up. Now, keep in mind, I'm a cheap guy. I don't pay StreamYard, so I can only have like 6 people at a time. So here's the thing. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to invite, especially if you're female, I'm going to invite you up so you can have your say in this. So I'm going to put the link right down there right now. Hopefully you've already signed into StreamYard, and you can come in. I'd love to hear from the women first about this story. Top Dog Killer says, who pays for all this bullshit? You do! Who pays for all this bullshit? You do! You're paying for it. You didn't think you're paying for it. You, me, everybody around you pays their taxes. You're paying for it. All right, so look who we got. We got Maisha up here. Maisha, I guess you have to, what is it? Turn your mic on. And okay, so Maisha, what do you think about this story?
Hi, Truck.
Hi, Maisha.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. So I want to comment about the story that I just
Go
heard.
right ahead. The floor is yours. I talked for a long time. Go right ahead.
Well, I just want to make sure that people are not naive, that women, in terms of survival, they do hookups. And men, too. There's hookups and there's sexual relations to express power when you're incarcerated. So a woman strategizing to be with the trans may be a power move, but women hook up all the time while they're in prison for power moves.
Okay. Yeah, but wait, I don't know if you came in the very beginning. Did you understand that the point of this bill, SB 132, is that men, all they have to do is pretend to be trans and they're allowed to go into women's prisons. But
people have sex in prison all the time as power moves. So
yeah, but guess what? Women are separated from
piece
men.
Of a puzzle to make the situation of the prison more interesting.
Yeah, but women are separated from males. They don't even let men usually be prison guards in female prisons.
Okay.
Michael, what do you think about what Maisha said? You two talk about it.
Well, I'm just saying that I've been locked up before. And
really? Now, here's a question, Maisha. Maisha, hold on. Here's a question. If I pretended to be a woman and one sec, Mike. If I pretended to be a woman just so I could get in the prison cell with you and at night, like you're in prison, I'm in prison, and I'm like, hey, Maisha, you're looking pretty good there. And I'm like, yeah, just pull off your clothes and make it go easier on yourself. So, like,
but trans women and trans men are friends. Like, that's why they want to be with women.
This is not trans women. But hold on. This is not trans women and trans men. This is biological women and trans. No, this is biological women and biological men who are claiming trans womanhood. Do you understand what I'm
Biological
saying?
men and
This is men pretending to be women so that they can get
but
lesser.
usually men who pretend to be women are friends with biological women very naturally.
Yeah, but this is not about that. You're in prison. If you're in prison, there's supposed to be restrictions.
Normally, we're not going to find a male dressed up penis as a threat. We see them every day in the grocery stores and the malls and the bathrooms when we go to Target or Chili's. They're in the bathroom with us. Normally, we don't find them as a threat.
Yeah,
Now,
it's not. No. Listen, I think you're missing the point. It's not happening in public spaces. This is happening in prison, and women are getting pregnant by males who are inmates, the female inmates. Yeah, this is not about being in the public space, though. This is about being in prison and locked in a room with a man when you're a woman.
I'm just saying that us as women, my first reaction, I could be completely wrong and regret this comment in 6 months. But my first reaction, women are not naturally going to find that to be threatening.
All right, Michael, what do you think about that? Michael.
Yo, yeah, I'm here.
All right, yeah, what do you think?
Well, I mean, the problem is, I live in California, and I can tell you that, for example, with all this trans thing going on, and there was this African woman who complained one time about this transgender man. He pretended to be, a woman. He classified himself as a woman. And so, people there were complaining. And the problem is, that's a problem. When you start accepting it into society, then later on, it goes within the what you call the prison system or the incarceration.
You know what the threat is not the penis, it's the bars. Because if that man was in a bar tomorrow having a drink, a Corona, with all three of us on the panel, nobody is going to see him as a threat, including me.
We don't know him. We don't know him. That's
You're not going to find him as a threat going to have a drink.
But I don't know him. What if he might be?
But I'm just saying, what's the threat is them prison bars. People act crazy, cuckoo, locked up. I will have sex if it's a power move in that prison to protect me from a rival gang or a bully. People be having sex with each other under those conditions all the time.
Yeah, that is true. But to a certain extent.
It's not the penis, it's the and that's up to the system to do better to prevent a baby. I don't know. They're trying to. Now they did wrong with them prisoners dropping that penis off in that woman's cell like that. To think that.
But okay, I understand. For example, let's say if a guy rapes someone, he's gonna get raped in there, or things are gonna happen. Okay, but when a guy who changes gender to a woman, not everyone is the same. Everyone has a different. There's obviously going to be people who are not right in the head, and that's a problem there. But you have people who are just like, oh, these are prisoners. Don't listen to them. If something happens to them, let it or whatever. That's a problem.
But I'm saying, look at this man. He just looks like he got a little bit of makeup on, and he got some braids. Look at him. He don't look threatening.
Yeah, not until you're behind bars with him.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know that person 100%. Just because I meet someone and he acts normal, minutes later, what if he acts differently?
Oh, because you're telling me, because you say one of the trans was raping a 12-year-old. And then he gets with the women, and forget that this man's a criminal, and then go take advantage of the women in there.
Right.
Because they're segregated.
Oh, I got that.
Segregated.
Oh.
When women are in prisons, women are with women.
I get it.
So what do you say now?
Oh.
Would you want
a convicted rapist? That's still a rapist, and it's a man.
Now here's a question: What did you go to prison for?
I went for prison for I don't want to tell the charge because I don't believe in it.
How long were you? I guess you weren't in there very long. Was it not a very serious case or what?
Well, I was in there for a week.
Okay, so you just went to jail, basically. You didn't really go to prison, right?
No, I went to prison
So they put
because
you in
I was
prison for
locked
a
up
week.
with women.
So I gotta understand, what kind of charge was this?
It was against my cell phone provider.
What?
Yes. And long story short, it should have been a felon, but they didn't give me a felony. They gave me a misdemeanor. And because they thought I was having explosive and bombing up stores and stuff because I was cussing somebody out.
So you were
And they
sending terroristic threats and they put you in prison for a week.
correct, for harassment.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
I get to prison and them bitches want to roll me like off the jump. Them bitches were ready to fight me. But some of them girls were already hooked up and in relationships with each other while I was incarcerated. It was like a rival. It was like some alpha women, and they were like kind of lovey on each other. Some of them were like cadoodled and kissy kissy. You know,
John Clark asks, did anybody try to take your womanhood in prison?
No, but they tried to beat me up.
What now? Why did they try to beat you up? Was it because you were just talking to them and they got annoyed, or did they just not like the way you looked, or what?
I came off real strong, and I guess there's a system. That's what I'm saying. When people be having sex in there, when they be bartering, when they be putting money on the books, it's like a little organized world. So they can't have a new alpha or a new leader show up because it messes up everybody's schedule. So they had to humble me and say, you ain't shit, and make me know where I stand in my lane once I arrive with all these new women.
But now here's a question. You got to tell us about women's prison. Did you all have to shower together?
Yes, but I didn't say that.
Hold on. I have a couple of pointed questions. So they gave you, how did they do it? Did you have, was it cold water, warm water, or like were there female prison guards?
I wasn't in there long enough to take a shower. I was there for 5 days with not one
that's
shower.
why I take a shower every single day.
They didn't give me no shower. They put me in isolation for like 4 days.
Isolation for what?
They put me in isolation for 4 days. This is a true story.
So you
they
couldn't wash up?
1 meal a day, isolation, no water. I didn't shower for a week.
All right, no, okay. Walk us through it. I want you to walk us through it from the start. As soon as you got there, the bars closed behind you. Okay, so so are you? Hey, Sexy Red, what's up?
Hey guys,
what's up, Sexy Red?
Okay?
Sexy Red, do you know what we're talking about?
I see the topic. Yeah.
Okay, Maisha is about to explain to us. I'm going to be quiet, but Maisha is about to. Well, so Sexy Red, you know what the topic is, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Maisha is about to explain to us her stint in a female prison. And Maisha, I want you to get us all the details. I'll give you a second to think about it.
Okay.
What in the orange is the new black? What the?
You ready?
I was locked up for like a week.
No. Don't tell us like that. I want you to take us through it. Okay, so the bus pulls up to the prison. Maisha gets out of the bus.
Processing.
All right, so tell us what happened.
Okay, so I was in a cop car because the night before it was some shit happening and I had to go to the hospital. But then after I was about to get released to the hospital, they served me my warrant. So then I got incarcerated. So they put the handcuffs on the back of my arms and they put me in the back of the seat and they're like, you about to go to jail.
Okay, keep telling us. Go ahead. Keep telling us.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to jail. And then I get there and it was just like, really, I've been to jail twice. So I may be mixing up two different stories. So forgive me, because I've been to jail about 2 or 3 times. So I may be mixing up the stories. But I remember when I got to jail, they put me in processing, like in this big, like holding cell. It looks like a gymnasium. And then like in the middle of the gymnasium, there's like where you get your pictures taken. You'll see the men's section. It's a bunch of people all about to be incarcerated. And some people who just can't act right, they're already isolating them behind a prison. But you're like in an open space calling people, trying to figure out bonds and shit. So I called my dad and then I started screaming and crying. And I was like, Dad, I'm in jail. And I started having a nervous breakdown. And they put me in isolation for a little bit because I couldn't like process the fact that I was in jail.
Let me ask you something, Maisha. You do recognize that theme song for Oz, right? The show on HBO about prison. You do recognize that theme song, right?
A little bit. I know more.
Go ahead. Tell us your story. I want to hear all about the cells and the beatings.
Damn, John.
And I want to hear about the shower. Go ahead.
So the girls are
You
mean.
are
So
terrible.
finally, after all the processing, they line us up, and I was like, you're about to go get self-contained. So I was like, fuck.
Did they
So the
look
girls
like
are
the
mean.
lady? Did they look like the lady on the screen?
No, a little bit more reserved. We had some of those girls, but those girls got bonded out quickly. They didn't go to the back. I went to the back. Those girls that looked like that, they didn't go to the back. I guess they got like bonded out, or somebody came and got them, or they got a lawyer, but they didn't have to go to the back. But I seen them, but they didn't take them kind of girls to the back.
Okay.
When I went to the back, there was like a bunch of white and Mexican girls, and I was talking to myself, and this girl, she was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, bitch, this makes me calm down. I have to talk to myself. And she's like, you need to shut the fuck up. And I was like, bitch, I'm not going to shut the fuck up. And then the prison man was like, hold up. She needs to talk to herself. This is how she keeps calm. So they put me in isolation for like 4 days while they were waiting to be put in the bunkers. So those
For
girls
4 days?
went to the bunkers, and they isolate me in a private cell.
Her?
Huh?
Why you didn't fight her?
I didn't want to fight her because I didn't know her.
Okay.
I didn't know her to fight her. She was just mad.
Is this your music? Whose music is
No, that's Truck playing music.
Yeah, wait, you know the Oz theme song, you know it? Okay, go ahead, Maisha, keep going. keep going.
I'm not laughing.
So then I'm isolated, and it was the worst experience. I almost passed out. They don't give you no water, Truck. They don't bathe you, no water, no juice. They give you sweet bread and a hard sandwich, and that's all you get. And you may get like a little bitty juice, like from the hospital, like those little 5-ounce juices, but that's all you get. But you don't get no water or nothing, no shower, no nothing.
Okay, keep telling us. Tell us
Then
everything about it.
After like the 3rd or 4th day, they put you in the bunkers. So like then you go with like where all the girls are at, where all the beds and stuff are at. And I go back there where all my beds and stuff, and them bitches were ready to fight me. I walked into the space, and they're like, "What's up, bitch?" I was like, "Bitch, I'm not trying to fight y'all today because I need to feed my cats, and y'all keep fucking with me, but I gotta get home to my cats."
Keep going. Tell us.
They didn't bother me. But they were like, I guess there was somebody like a cracker or somebody watching me because they kept moving me around from bunker to bunker. I went to like 2 different bunkers because every time I got onto the new bunker, they were ready to like rape and fight me. And they were like, no, get her out of here. And they kept moving me around. And finally, I was so exhausted, I was just trying to sleep. And then I laid down, and then all of a sudden, somebody tapped me on my shoulder and was like, your daddy's trying to get you out this jail. So you need to get out. And then I left.
Okay, now here's the thing. I want to hear more.
That was incredible.
So did you wash up? Did you wash up at all?
No, I only ate like maybe I had all my meals were all isolated. And then I had one meal with the girls, and they didn't fight me while I was eating that meal, but it was good. I was trying to make sense of it.
Nobody tried to shank you or anything?
They tried to shank me, but I told them right off the bat, I'm not trying to fight you and shit. Like normally I would, but I'm not trying to do it today because I'm not trying to stay here all day. I told them straight up, I was like, I'm not trying to fight you.
It sounds like the army.
Me off the bat. Huh?
It sounds like the army. You enlist. Can you hear me?
I know. And then there's showers. They got showers. It's like a big ass room. There's beds everywhere. You know, like she's saying, she's kind of describing like more of a militant regime. Yeah, because there's like bunks and beds, and there was a woman, like a prisoner guard inside of where the women were incarcerated, like in this big room. So there was not a specific cell. So there's no specific little cells. It was like a woman in a bunker. And that's where they moved me towards the end of my stay. But where I was more, I just realized through observations, those girls were like teamed up. You can see them.
Hold on. You said end of your stay like you were on vacation.
Well, I'm saying I don't know why. I only stayed there for 5 days, and then like after I went to court, it was like time served, and then they dismissed it.
So you're telling me you didn't wash up in a number of days?
No, I did not take one shower in jail.
So when you went to court, you smelled horrible.
Chuck, did you should I call back on my
No,
other mic?
I did court.
No,
I did court.
Sexy Red, no, you're okay. Do what you want to do in order to join up. You're okay the way you are. So you mean to tell me when you went to court,
I'm gonna call back. I'm gonna
you
take
smelled really bad during court?
No, so when I came back for court was scheduled at a different time. So court was scheduled at a different place and time after the fact of time being served. So I served my time, and then like maybe 3 or 4 months, I had to go back and reappear before a judge about the charge and the scenario. But I bonded out. Like my dad, he came, got a Bell's Bosman. He was able to get me out of jail, my father.
So so you were in there. They tried to fight you like on what, day one?
No, I was isolated. Day one, well, when we were walking to like kind of like have the girls go to the bunkers, I guess I was smart because I was talking to myself, and this girls try to fight me. And instead of keeping me with the group of girls and putting them in the bunkers, they put me in isolation for a long time.
How old were you when you went?
This was like a year ago. This was
a year ago. Oh shit! I thought you were gonna say this was like 5 or 6 years ago.
No, this was like completely recent. And I guess I was in isolation, but I mean, the only thing that was bad about isolation, it was really nasty. It was dirty. It was filthy. There was like feces all over the floor. They don't give you no water.
Whoa. Why was there shit on the floor? Didn't you have toilets?
I don't remember using the restroom. I can't even tell you how I used the restroom.
You can't tell me how you used the restroom? This was a year ago. This was only a year ago.
Maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
What do you think, that you've blocked it out mentally or something? And
I can't remember how I used the restroom.
Because this is what I don't understand. What kind of shitty lawyer did you have that couldn't keep you out of prison for a week over a stupid phone call terrorist?
I should have probably lawyered up, but I never did. The homicide called me when Sprint was making their complaint. Homicide called me and was like, you're having an active investigation against a Sprint store who wants to incarcerate you for these charges of you harassing the building, the people. They thought you were going to set off a bomb. So right there, I should have got a lawyer, but I never did.
So you didn't get a lawyer
immediately, and I never got a lawyer.
Now, how did your court case go? When you walked in, did you have problems with the judge?
Not at all. I mean, like by the time I got like a public defender after I served my time, months later, I got a public defender, because once you bail out, they'll give you like a court date to appear before the judge to see if you need to serve more time or if the charges are dismissed or they addressed it. And the charges were dismissed with the time served, and the way the public defender got it organized, I was able to just have the charge. I didn't have to put in any more time, and they solidified that was the best that happened from it. The time served is like the key, it's like they felt like it was a balance between the alleged crime and the time put in.
So okay, what was the worst thing that you remember from your stay in prison?
Sleeping in shit.
Now, you slept in shit, but I thought
sleeping in other people's shit. Yeah, there was like shit all over the floor.
Even didn't you have a bed or a cot?
Huh?
Didn't you have a cot or bed?
No. There was like a bench off the wall, but it was like situated where it was safer or something. I'm very smart. For some reason, I knew it was smarter to be low on the ground, and I couldn't tell you why I wasn't on that bench. But there was like a small isolated prison cell, and I was on the floor, and on the floor there's shit everywhere, and I slept in like somebody else's shit.
But that's crazy. Like, how?
No, that's the real truth.
So you had to sleep in feces from another woman
or a man.
But wait, so there were men there too?
It was a mixture of the isolated cells. It was a mix between men and women. Like, so the way they kept these holding cells, some of them were men, some of them were women. I was by myself in the holding cell, but my neighbor was a man, and I was in somebody's human fluids. Yep. And I slept in that for like 2 or 3 days.
Okay, so here's the thing. Based on what I read about SB 130,
and going back to the trans, you know how they want hormonal? I was bipolar, so I was completely triggered. Like,
they didn't give you any medication.
Psychotic medicine. They would not give me my medicine. I was having a hard time. I was like, I am not doing good. I'm so triggered. They're like, well, do you want to go to the mental hospital? I was like, sir, I don't know what the fuck is going on. First of all, I didn't even do this shit. It was just a mess. And they kept on trying to say, well, you need to go to the hospital then so you can get your medicine. I was like, I have medicine at home and I have animals depending on me. Like these animals, and I just kept praying. I was like, please let me come home so I can feed my animals.
So, okay, so, all right, so.
And then I called my dad, and my dad behind the scenes was working on the bonds.
Okay, so based on this bill, SB 132, let's say I got arrested for murder, me, myself, let's say I got arrested and I got to go to prison, right? All I have to do is pretend to be trans, and they would put me in the cell right there with you while you were in there, even though you're a woman and I'm obviously a biological male. They would put me in there. Now, the point is, what do you think about that?
Here's my thing. It's like, you forget that incarceration or people in jail, you forget that what keeps us all, we're all criminals. Like, somebody committed a crime. So I'm not thinking if there was no crime, trans men and biological women get along like sisters. They're friends. They're like, that's my homie. But I'm forgetting that regardless of reality, this man has committed a crime. So if he's put in prison with women, he may be a little bit fluid to be unmindful behind his dick and the responsibilities of her being pregnant. But you do realize that, Truck, that trans men or trans women and biological women are like best friends, that we get along. And Truck has stepped out and left the building. Truck, are you still there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I muted myself. Okay, let me explain it to you like this. Under this bill, SB 132, if I commit a crime and they're going to put me in prison, all I have to do is pretend to be a female. And that means that if you are a woman and you've been in the prison, apparently, they would put me in a female prison next to you. And somewhere around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to wake you up and be like, yeah, Maisha, I want to do something. And you got no choice but to do what I want to do because I'm stronger than you. And if you don't do it, you're going to get shanked. So what are you going to do about that? How do you feel about that?
So if you're, I just saw Ramil in your chat box and he said he's going to cover that without the hose. I think I'm giving a good feedback, and I feel like
I keep dropping the link. Come in now. Come right.
Ramil, you should come in now and address what you want to say while a hoe is listening. Because if you can speak while a hoe is listening, you may have more respect behind what the fuck y'all decide to do or not do in the first place.
No, not this guy. He's not going to change his tune at all.
No, what you say, Truck? You said that if
let me break it down for you. Let's understand what this bill. All right, so imagine me. I commit a crime, a serious crime. Let's say somebody like does something to me and I kill them, and I got to go to prison. I don't want to go to the male prison because if I'm in the male prison, they might try to drop the soap and they might try to grab my booty or something. So instead of going to a male prison, what I do is I pretend to be a woman, and then they'll put me in prison with you. And if they put me in prison with you, I can be in your cell under SB 132, and I can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning with my penis rock hard, and I can say, hey, Maisha, wake up. I'm horny. I want to do something. And there's not much you could do about it because obviously they didn't treat you well the first go around. And you have no recourse, and you might end up getting pregnant by me in prison. What do you think about that?
My thing is, the first thing I want to do is empathize towards trans women for people like you.
No. Go ahead.
Some men are frauds or impersonators behind what the authenticity of trans and what that means. There are men who find themselves to be women, and I feel like you're disrespecting that in the first place. You are. Truck.
What, disrespecting what? I'm telling you how I can get
that
over
there's
on
a
the
reality system outside of this criminal bullshit, that there are men who identify being women.
Yeah, but I'm talking about men who pretend so that they can get into a woman's prison.
That's what you're talking about? I'm just saying.
That's what the story's about.
This is good
So
feedback.
this man is not a true
Yeah, I
trans.
can hear you fine. You sound good.
No. I said this is good feedback. That's all I was asking the question because that's
What? Go ahead. Because no, Maisha, before you got here, Maisha was telling us her prison story, and I was trying to relate that to this system, to this situation here, SB 132. Ramil, what were you going to say?
Yeah, that's what the story is about. Guys faking about being women to get to the women's prison. That's what the whole story is about. So
It's a fake. So this man is not really a trans.
oh my God, the bitch
Look
got
at
pregnant. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, listen.
Big Truck, where you got me? I'm up here with this, man.
The woman in prison got pregnant by a trans woman, man, biological male. That's what happened. I read the story for you.
So this man right here is fraudulent behind behind what a true trans is. He's not a true trans. He's a fraud.
All transes are frauds.
That's a lie. That's
It's
a lie.
only
You
two
can have a
genders.
child.
If this
And
story
there's a
does
lot
not
of kids that
prove,
grow up like this.
Maisha, let him say what he wants to say.
This story should prove there's only two genders. It's that simple.
Well, Ramil, did you hear me read the law? In the law itself, it even said men or women based on the individuals. So even the law already knows there's only two.
There's only two genders. That's science. That's biology. That's how it's always is. All this trans stuff, you are not a fucking woman. You're a man. You're a man dressing up as a woman. And then this story should prove it right then and there. You put the trans woman in with the prison. That trans nigga ain't had no sex in so long, right? He gonna get that pussy. He gonna go revert right back to who he was before he was. And that's if he was actually a trans, which probably wasn't. This is an easy come up for these niggas over there. And you telling me I can go kill somebody?
You know what's so messed up though? Because women fuck each other. So if he's part of the girls and he want a little pussy or fucking,
he got a dick,
and he ends up getting the girl pregnant. Okay, so that's his fault.
That's a man fucking a woman. That's not a girl fucking. That's not a woman fucking a woman. That's a man fucking a woman. A man who thinks
but you
he's
know,
a woman
women
fucking
fuck
a woman.
women in prison all the time.
Yes, I understand that. But he's not a woman.
The difference is they can't get each other pregnant. That's
no, they fucking can't.
Why is it so hard to understand? Well, I can't believe this is even. Wow, this is crazy to me how far we are. I can't wait. Man, this is crazy how far in the world we are. That is a man dressed up as a woman. You put him around pussy. I don't give a fuck, dog. You've been locked up for 10 years, right? And you get around a whole bunch of pussy. Dude, you're going to fuck. And so you telling me I can go to California, I can go murder somebody, right? Hypothetically speaking. Get 20 years, go get prison, tell them that I am a female, and then I can be put in the prison as a man with all these women. Somebody said in the chat, I can have my pick of the litter. I can fuck the baddest hoes in the prison. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yo, this is silly. Come on.
But that's just like you. That's why you're a criminal in the first place, taking advantage of circumstantial issues of reality. Some people are like, I just feel sorry for the story because he said he was raped with men. This man was with other men.
No, it was no rape. It was
That's
no
not
rape.
the story.
It was no rape.
Maisha, did you
was no rape. I read the story.
Maisha, did you listen to me read the story? It was a woman who got pregnant. Now, it wasn't a man who got pregnant. It was a woman who got pregnant by a biological male trans.
But you're saying the trans was suing the state of Georgia.
No. Okay. All right. Listen. I think there's some confusion. The reason why is because I read two different stories. One was about Ashley Diamond, and that was that was a biological male, black, transgender woman who was sexually assaulted and deprived of medication. That was one story. That woman went to jail in 2016, and then she went again. This story happened a couple of days ago in California. There's two stories here. The second story was about a woman getting impregnated in the prison by a biological male who claimed that they're transgender. There's two different stories, okay?
I hear you with the double stories, but I'm just saying certain trans, y'all have to empathize because they go into those.
Why in the fuck am I gonna empathize with a nigga who think he a bitch? Hello? This is crazy. As grown men, we're being told, hey, empathize with a nigga who dressed like a bitch. Why? I don't got no. That's not even in my realm. I ain't finna empathize with that. To me, you a fucking retard. You know what I mean? And 30 years ago in the DSM manual, you would have been crazy.
Assaulted, sir.
Well, hold on, Maisha. Let Ramil get his point.
No. I'm just saying. 30 years ago in the DSM, you would have been classified as fucking crazy. I don't. Why I gotta? I don't have to empathize with this shit, man. This is the reason why society's going so fucked up because nobody wants to be.
It's a reality. Do you think that if you were in jail, but if you were in jail just chilling in the cut and the courtyard, and here comes a trans man, and all your boys and stuff pick on him, but the other boys they rape him, do you support that?
First of all, I wouldn't have no boys who want to fuck a trans. Okay. And in prison, I'm gonna tell you right now, no trans don't got to get raped in prison. All right, they trying to get all the dick they can. All right, I seen it firsthand. I've been to the joint. All right, them niggas fuck everything. All right, so look, man, you just making up these narratives. I don't have no reason to empathize with no nigga who trying to be a bitch. That's just, if you want to go be a bitch, go be a bitch. Just stay in my face with it. But as a grown black man, you can empathize. You're the female, you can empathize with them. But telling grown heterosexual masculine black men to empathize with trans, that's what's going on in today's world. Then they're gonna call me homophobic because I don't fuck with them. It's not. I don't have no feelings. I'm indifferent. But why I got a cake for? Why I got a cake for the shit? Like if you don't cake for the shit, something wrong with you. No, I just don't fuck with it.
No, I get it.
And by the way, transphobic. The word phobic means fear. I'm not transphobic because I ain't afraid of no man at all. So therefore, I'm not possibly transphobic because I ain't afraid of nobody. So I don't think, Maisha, I don't think you were calling me transphobic, but I'm just letting you know I am not transphobic at all. I've got a Desert Eagle, and I don't have to be transphobic because I can put half-inch holes in people. Okay, so that's it.
But here's my thing. Nobody deserves, and then some people, the topic is, regardless of trans, man, woman, people are having sex. But nobody deserves to be assaulted while they're in jail. That is the problem. And
I agree.
Who got pregnant, she may have not necessarily been assaulted. She may have opened up her legs, spread her pussy lips. Y'all, the big white man let them in there. So why the fuck not? We're talking about assault. People don't want to be assaulted in jail. Just because she got pregnant doesn't mean she was assaulted.
But Maisha, the logic here is not about sexual assault. The logic is about whether or not transgender males should be allowed in female prisons. I need you to understand.
He's there because he was being assaulted with straight men.
No, he's there because the government said, "Hey, all you gotta do is apply for this. You can do that." No, he didn't get transferred because he was getting assaulted. He got transferred because he requested it. They 300 requests, 20 of them been approved. He was one of the 20 that was already approved. He requested it. Not because he was. I'm telling you, trans in prison don't get raped. They're fucking giving that ass up. All right, these nasty ass niggas is fucking. Yo, it's just. I don't think about this shit, bro. But that's the niggas, bro. Them niggas is just not getting no fucking rape, bro.
No, but you're saying the men who are a little sweet, if they're in prison, they're willing to give their pussy.
Yes, they be, man. I don't really don't want to even think about this shit, but you should know this. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's certain, you know, man. They walk around with the pants half of that. That's where the sagging pants come from. They got the certain little.
So, what do you think about Lil Nas X and the men being more open about the reality?
You're asking the wrong person. Ramil hates Lil Nas X.
I don't hate anybody, but I just don't fuck with it. I just rather not see it. I just be cooling, bro. I got no feelings towards the LGBT community. I don't fuck with it at all. But that don't mean I hate them. I just don't have no feelings for it. But I do think that they should not be pushing these images to children. I don't think children should be, forced into sexuality before puberty. That's fucked up. Why are 6-year-olds and 5-year-olds seeing Lil Nas X do that gay shit? That's what my thing is.
That's a different topic, Ramil. I'm just saying that, like in jail with those petitioning to be with women for the sake of their safety, because they're not being respected by hetero supposedly men while they're incarcerated.
Why would a trans man who's gay, that's a gay man, why would he want to leave a situation where he has all the dick he can get? They're not leaving the prison. They're not leaving these trans niggas are not applying for transfers because they're worried about the safety. these niggas are like, hey, I can go to this female, I can say I'm trans, go to the female prison, pretend like I'm trans. Once I'm there, I get all the pussy I want. That's what's going on. You really think why would a gay dude leave a place with as much dick as he want?
True. Yeah. True.
Yeah. All right, I may end up. No, but see, that's the thing. I don't understand how we could let biological males into a woman's prisons. That's just fucking stupid.
In California, where the liberal utopia, they really think that there's the whole country think it's 85 genders, but California, they actually got laws for the stuff. Like in California, they finna let the little pedos do they thing. They finna pass a law for them. California's just a whole. I hope Larry Elder runs for governor out there, and I hope he get that shit.
Expert Gaming, did you have something to say? Because keep in mind, I don't pay StreamYard, so I have to rotate this panel a little bit. Expert Gaming, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, it's all good. You can take me off. I'll just leave.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ron, what's up? Did you have something to say? What did you think about this whole ordeal? Ron? Hello? Ron? Yeah, because my thing is, it's like, okay, so Maisha, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, now I find that crazy. Did you think about doing a lawsuit considering you were sleeping in feces and they didn't give you a medication?
I don't want to make this panel about me because I have a tendency of doing that.
Well,
but I've been
you're the best,
and they have been the worst. Those institutions, especially in Texas, I have seen the worst of the worst.
Well, you're like the only person here thus far who seems to have been to a woman's prison. So that's the reason why I'm looking to your insight.
They have done horrible things to me.
And now here's a question. What did they make you wear? Did they make you like wear an orange jumpsuit? Or...
Now, what I do like that they give really cool underwear, matching bras and panties.
Oh,
and
what color?
You sound like a prisoner. Hey, what do you mean? Hold on. You were sleeping in shit in prison?
Yeah.
She said there was no bed.
There was like a bench, but I didn't sleep on the bench for a reason. I don't know. I'm just smart. I don't know why I wouldn't sleep on the bench. I slept on the floor.
Actual prison, you were sleeping in shit.
What was the name of the prison, Maisha?
Yes.
Maisha, what was the name of the prison?
Barry County. I don't know.
Bear County?
Yeah,
like
Barry
jail.
County.
That was jail or prison?
It really sounds like jail, though.
Because prison, I ain't trying to say, prison is a horrible fucking place to be. It really is. But I know they ain't gonna have you sleeping in shit. You know what I'm saying? It's as far as
I was sleeping in shit. It was a mess. And they don't give nobody no water.
So wait a minute. They didn't give you water. They didn't give you a medication, and they made you sleep in shit.
Like 1 or 2 meals a day. That's it. Like once in the morning.
It seems to me like if this only happened a year ago, that you should be following a lawsuit.
That's a lawsuit. That's an easy.
I mean, how they didn't give you water. They made you sleep in shit, and then on top of that, you said you didn't get food. How did you not get food? Well, you said you only ate once, right?
I ate once or twice a day. I can't remember. It's either once or twice a day. That's it.
You can't.
Now, when did this happen? Was it in the early year during COVID, or was it in the summer, or what?
It was before Larry, so
I don't want to hear about Larry.
2.5 years ago. Because me and Larry dated for a year, so probably about 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, that's
before COVID.
Before COVID.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
It sounds like what you really should do is get yourself a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And then, like, it just bothers me because, like, at the end of the day, I served my time 5 days. I never showered. So I spent, like, 5 days with not a shower. I was isolated. The underwears were beautiful. They have this whole, like laundry room, like almost like a little store, like a Target. And you go and you get your underwear. I still have my bra, my little panties.
Oh, you're talking about a commissary.
Yeah. And they have all the underwear. It's so cool.
What color were the underwear? What color were the underwear?
Solid white. They weren't dingy. They were really white.
Do you like that type of lingerie, Truck?
Absolutely. I was asking Maisha, what would she do if I was about to go to prison and I pretended to be a woman just so I could get into a woman's prison, and I had ended up in a cell with her, and she's
What
got
is
her
wrong
right.
with you?
What kind of hypotheticals?
Hold on. She's got her commissary standard issue white cotton panties on, and I wake up at 4:00 in the morning and I decide to drop all that I'm a woman bullshit. And I was like, yo, listen, get up because I feel like doing something at 4:00 in the morning. What you gonna do?
What kind of question?
Exactly.
I'm just the character in the story, so I don't know. I'm telling you, here's the thing, because I'm very empathetic and I see everything on so many different sides and angles. Let's not count that women are not innocent in this equation too. Women prisoners fuck each other, just like men prisoners do. But here's the problems. Some of them don't want to be assaulted. So my heart goes out to the trans because they can't help it. If they're with a bunch of savages, they're getting raped. I don't want to be raped. I don't want to sit in shit.
Are those trans? Why do you keep saying that these trans niggas in prison are getting assaulted? Why do you keep saying that?
Because in the story with Duchess Diamond, she did a petition to be with women because she's been assaulted.
What are you talking about?
Trump, didn't you say Princess Diamond Duchess or whatever that woman's name? She did a petition.
No, the name was Ashley Diamond. I'm gonna pull a picture up because it seems like you don't know who I'm talking about, but I'm gonna pull the photo up right now. So it was two different stories. She was put in I think she was put in a male population prison.
Is that a female or is that a fucking trans?
It is a trans black. It's a black.
Okay, that is a trans. That is a trans. That is a male who with the wig.
That is a bio male who are trying to identify as a woman.
Okay.
A trans woman.
That's a fucking man. This world today is crazy.
I know, man.
It's a man. Oh my God!
Man.
All right,
I know.
But you gotta remember, Ramel, they've made it so
sexually assaulted. That's not right, y'all.
You gotta remember, they've made it so that if the person identifies a certain way, we have to fucking say that shit, and we have to spell it out.
They do. They got all type of law. I got a whole bunch of shit. They try to pass laws and shit. I got a whole thing. But so what happened to this? Yeah. What happened to this fucking man in the wig? What happened?
Ashley Diamond, 42, says that the abuse included 4 sex attacks over 3 days by multiple men and sexual harassment meted out by an abusive prison worker.
So that's why he decided to come to a woman's prison so he wouldn't be raped.
Man, if you is there a lawsuit? Did this man file a lawsuit?
Oh, filed 2 lawsuits.
Okay, they trap out the bag. That nigga ain't get fucked up. Man, I'm telling you right now, bro.
And got a settlement. This is
the Me Too. This is the trans Me Too.
Dude, it's ain't
no way.
Wikipedia.
Dog. Let me ask you this, Big Truck. If you look. Okay, so if you got locked up in a woman's prison, of course that's a fucked up situation, but because you're in prison. But if somebody wants to fuck you and you have fucking, you're in jail, you most likely that it's consensual. You're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
So this motherfucking man in the wig is locked up, who likes dick, is locked up around hundreds of dicks. I'm gonna tell you right now, this bitch is not getting no fucking rape. What happened was he had a good old time, but a Me Too situation. Like, hold up, I can capitalize off this because ain't no way you're gonna tell me somebody who loves dick is surrounded by a whole bunch of dick got raped. I'm not fucking with it.
Oh my goodness. So
you said it's Atlanta too? Come on, man. Like, and Atlanta motherfuckers be nasty as fuck, dog. Like, come on, man. We need to.
So you felt like this trans was kind of like scheming because he had like his array of dick.
Yes.
And he's scheming to get closer to women to do what? To be a criminal? To exercise his criminal privileges?
I don't know about this one. I'm talking. Well, what story are you talking about?
Maisha, with the Ashley Diamond situation, this is a black male trans woman who was arrested for and put in a regular general pop male prison. So this person looks like a woman. They put him in prison with these other guys, and they treated him like a woman.
But here's my question to you: the woman that got the girl pregnant, didn't you say a trans? That wasn't Princess Diamond. Princess Diamond didn't get that woman pregnant.
Not Princess Diamond, Ashley Diamond, the person.
I think you're getting the stories.
You're getting the stories. I mean,
Ashley Diamond.
But somebody got somebody pregnant.
Yes, but this was a different story.
Oh my gosh, Maisha, we just.
Man, it's like the third time I had to go through that. What you?
Yes.
Like,
hey, Ramil, who's louder, me or her?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
Somebody said that she's louder than me, so I don't know. Fantastic. Are you looking for the link for the story, or are you looking for the link for StreamYard? Fantastic. Which link are you trying to get? I guess she's probably looking for StreamYard. Yeah, but understand, they put this lookalike woman into a male prison, and they dropped the soap on him and treated him just like a woman. You understand?
I understand that, but I'm just saying, there's a
let me ask you this. Are the guys who
exercise being a criminal?
Let me ask you this. Are the guys who quote unquote
petition to be around those women?
Are those guys locked up? Are the guys who quote unquote
no, but they were already locked up.
I'm just saying, did they get a new charge?
Probably not.
Is that because she's fucking lying? That's what I'm saying. Oh, he's fucking lying. I
mean, but then again, I don't know the full details, because she, if you claim that you were sexually assaulted and you name the people, then technically they would end up getting some type of charge. But she also
especially in jail. Especially in jail.
I think she also sued the prison.
So that's why he went to the lawsuit instead of getting those niggas quote unquote criminally charged. Because I'm telling you, man, I've been to the joint, dog. And I hate to say this, man, it's some nasty shit, but them little trans motherfuckers, they love that prison shit, bro. They love being there every day. They happy as hell, bro. Every day wake up, woo, because they know one of them nasty ass niggas is gonna put his dick in her. They love that shit, bro. They walk. I'm like, why you fucking so happy? We are in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's just the truth. And that shit is disgusting, bro. But they know one of them thirsty niggas is gonna motherfucking pound that ass at night. So they
Reveal. No chill. Reveal ain't got no chill.
This is I'm just telling you what really go on. They really trying to she going after the bag. Or he going after the bag. He going after the bag.
And got it. Didn't this one?
Oh, I don't know. Well, shit.
But hey,
man, what up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Here's my thing. So, but this is where it's not nobody's problem.
Maisha, you just cut somebody off.
Maisha, let Fantastic talk, Maisha. We'll come back to you. Go ahead.
I swear this woman to be on Adderall or something. But anyway, yeah, man. Hey, I called this, bro. I called this to the T. The day this story came out, bro, it's on my Instagram. And I said, bro, these niggas are going to start trading in they do-rags for wigs. Because now all you got to do is self-identify, and you ain't got to do no hard time with the niggas. Bro, they put you in a women's prison, and you in heaven. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Bro, you in heaven. To put a man in a woman's prison? Like, bro, where's the loss in that? There's no loss. That's win.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody go over there and murder somebody in California, catch 20 years. Oh, I'm a woman. Now you got free pussy for 20 years.
Is it unconstitutional to have a trans jail?
No, it's not. In fact, that's the only way to solve this.
Mm-hmm.
Trans is such a small percentage of the population.
They would claim discrimination. That's what they do.
That's what I think.
I'm just worried about that baby. What's going to happen to that baby?
What's going to happen to that baby? Chances are they'll take the baby out of
the state baby.
It'll become the state.
Yeah.
It'll become like like adoption or something.
Yep. It's a state baby.
That your daddy and mama met in prison because your daddy was a damn trans, and your mama opened up her legs and then conceived you in prison, and now you here as a doctor.
So Maisha, how did you make it out of prison without getting shanked?
That allows me to be able to have vaginal intercourse.
I didn't get shanked because I had a big heart, and I told them bitches I didn't have the time for the bullshit. But I'm telling you right now, if I had the time, I would have dropped about 2. I would have dropped 2 and wouldn't get.
I hear somebody's background. Somebody mute yourself if you have a background noise. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that I would have dropped 2 of them. I wouldn't gave 2 fucks, 2 flying shits. If I needed to drop a bitch just to prove a fucking point, I would have dropped 2 of them hoes. But I was like, I have to get out of here. I had other shit to do besides being incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
So Maisha, again, like, what are you gonna do if they put some huge nigga in your cell like me, and you got
you really want to answer to that?
I'm just saying, because see, this is the whole.
Just ask her if she will fuck you.
No, I already know she would if I was there. I'm just saying.
On some power moves, would I have sex in prison? Period, man or woman. If you're trans coming into the game, I would. On some power move shit, I probably would. On some power move shit, I would be having sex with them.
I rest my case.
Yeah,
I would.
You would be. He would be the muscle. Mm-hmm. That's all you need.
No. I would be.
Well, I'm not surprised because you know y'all hoes out here.
Yeah, you get a problem. You have
world.
A problem with a bitch, get him to smack her up. I mean,
well,
I seen a movie that like that.
So let me get this straight. You said you will fuck the trans guy for the muscle.
No,
if I needed a power move, I would. Like if for some reason somebody always gives him cornbread or he always gets an extra tray, I would. That's what. But look, if I'm his bitch and he always gets an extra tray and I stay hungry because they put me on some medicine, he gonna give me that extra tray. I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Would you fuck a trans in real life in the real world?
No.
Okay. I noticed. You know that seems to be the move. A lot of females these days they literally cool with that shit. And it's just crazy world out here. I don't know. Y'all might asking y'all.
I don't know. I don't know anybody in that arena.
What's that? What happened? Well, I gotta get something straight, man. So hold on.
Fantastic. What's the matter? Fantastic.
You went out.
I muted up because it's a helicopter out here. Hold on.
Helicopter. All right.
Yeah, the MH6.
What in a James Bond are you doing?
No, he's an aircraft engineer, so he repairs helicopters and aircraft parts and stuff. So
Man, he's probably a cook. I don't fucking
No, he's not a cook. What is that? What is that?
You better get copyright. Right.
Yeah, no, you can't play stuff. Please don't play anything in the background. Yeah, but no, my only thing. So, Sexy Red, what would you do? Let's say, Sexy Red, you go to prison for something.
No, I don't.
No, I'm just saying. What if you did, and they put me in your cell with you because I pretended to be a woman just long enough so I didn't have to do real time. No, it's not about no thank you. You do what I tell you.
No,
I tell you to get up and I tell you to make me a grilled cheese sandwich on the radio. That's what you're going to do.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah, so that's
no.
You can't commit crimes.
I'm not doing shit.
This is
I'd have to shank you in your sleep.
No, how you gonna shake me? How you gonna shake me?
That sounds like her.
Because you do realize I'm gonna make you sleep on the top bunk just so I keep an eye on you.
Me and Red, we're both straight women.
Believe me. Never mind.
Me and Red are both straight. We will be able to see each other. I'll be like, hey, I have to get out of here. And you'll be like, yeah, I'm not even from here. My friends and I were on a trip. They locked me up. I'll be like, we're going to get out here together. And we'll be like homies and girls. We will like hook up and we'll hold hands and shit. Nobody will fuck with us. They'll be like, oh, that's her and Red. And I'll be like, nobody messes with us.
I do have a prison name.
Maisha, I think your imagination's running wild. If you had to share a cell with some fake woman nigga my size, chances are you'd be pregnant. Like
chance.
I think this is your fantasy, Truck. I think this is Truck's fantasy. I think Truck wants to put on some lipstick and some heels and go into a prison, a woman's prison, and have sex with her. That is your fantasy.
It's every criminal's dream. But hey, let me tell you this real quick. First off, Sexy Red, no, I'm not a cook. But I do have very good.
You're breaking up.
Mr. Fantastic. That Obama phone 5G is not working right.
The kitchen. You're breaking up. All the stainless steel.
No, we can barely hear you. You're chopping up real bad.
No,
okay, it should be good now. All right, so can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're like an electrician or something, right?
Cool. So what I said was, no, I'm not a cook, but I do
You're an
have some very good
electrician.
sausage.
You're
I
an
have some very good
electrician, right?
sausage.
You're
I
an
have some very good
electrician.
sausage.
Are you
I
an
have some very good
electrician? You're an
sausage
electrician,
for
right?
you.
Electrician?
I have some
Are you an
very good
electrician?
sausage for you whenever you're
You
ready.
want your
Since we're talking
sausage
about cooking,
electrocuted?
Yeah, if it's that good, it's what it feels like. Hey, I'm with it. But anyway, yeah. Listen, man, I called this shit, bro. I called it to the T. And again, man, I'm a little curious now because hold up, this is the same girl that said so she been to prison? The Maisha lady? Been to
Maisha,
prison?
listen,
I've been
Maisha,
locked up 2 or 3 times. Yes, sir.
Fantastic wasn't here when you explained to us your story. Go over your story. Go
No.
over
I don't want to go. Don't go over it all over again.
Well,
she been to prison, yes or no?
What happened? Very simply, she supposedly
Yes, I've
went
been
to
locked up
prison
3 times.
for a very short term because she was making terroristic threats to a fucking cell phone store.
Prison though, you don't go to prison for a very short
that's
time.
why I said I think it was a correctional facility or jail or something.
Yeah, jail.
She was there.
Right.
Yeah, she was there for a short.
It was county. It was county.
Yeah, that's not prison though. Anyway, okay, so we got that straight. It's a huge difference. Again, shout out to the Boondocks. You don't get raped in holding. Okay, you get raped in prison. But anyway, yeah, man. This is California, bro, and again, this is going to be what they promote. Hopefully worldwide. I mean, not hopefully, but for them, they're hoping for it to be nationwide. So, yeah, man, this is just gonna get worse and worse and worse, and it's crazy to me, bro. So now nothing's gonna happen to this guy, right? Because think about it. If you're a correctional facility person,
you keep it.
You say what?
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me mute up.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. Fantastic. Go ahead.
So anyway, like I was saying, so if you're work as a corrections officer and you get somebody pregnant, bro, you're done and you're getting jail time, right? But if you're already an inmate, bro, you literally have nothing to lose. You're like incentivizing this. And then as the woman, listen, they're gonna make your time either shorter or lighter now because they're doing any and everything. They were releasing murderers out of prison just for the COVID shit. Motherfuckers had murder convictions, not charges, like convictions.
I would not want to be pregnant in jail.
Well, you're not gonna be. That's what I'm saying. That's gonna cut your time down.
You can't have your. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you, this is the whole thing, bro. It's part of the game and the plan. Like I said,
having your child. That's insane.
Hey, man, listen, bro. The whole thing now is like, hey, bro, if you're in Cali and you a guy, hey, bro, you might wanna you might want to consider your gender, bro. Just saying. You ain't gotta worry about getting shanked. All the pussy you could ever want, and what's the loss, man? I just don't get it.
It's really incentivizing niggas to do stupid shit because, like I say, I get locked up, get convicted, do 10, 20 years, you got all the pussy in the world, dog, and
that makes me think about that video. It's ma'am.
But you know what Truck is saying? I think the whole point of what Truck is trying to emphasize is that men are taking advantage of this concept, like using the concept of being trans or a cross-dresser and going in there and doing what they please while they're incarcerated with women. That's where he has the problem.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yes.
Again, they're criminals. What do you expect? What do you expect a criminal to do? The whole definition of a criminal is someone that takes advantage of a situation at someone else's expense. If you had to choose between fucking somebody or getting fucked, which one are you gonna choose?
Fucking somebody or getting fucked.
As a man, we talking about as a man now. As a man, you want to be the penetrator or the penetratee?
It's whore.
And nobody should be having sex in prison, but we do. Think about it. Everybody's being fucking gay. Y'all talk about all these.
Whoa.
We do.
No. Women are fucking women. All this gay shit.
All right, okay. Women, okay. Because the thing, this is still image out here that in the male prison, there's a lot of that gay shit was really not true. All right, that's a small percentage. Just like in the real world, small percentage of the men are gay, same shit in the prison. All right, so it's not like that. Can't speak for the full.
But they're having sex in prison. Men are having sex with men in prison.
Yeah. But it's not as popular doesn't happen as often as the TV will make it seem.
Most of them are willing participants. The dudes that ain't nobody just
and
the majority of niggas shit going on.
Exactly, and the majority of niggas in there hold out. They're straight and they will go years without it. That's another thing, so you can't believe everything on TV and shit like that. Majority of niggas, they will do 10 years and not even think about doing no gay shit. It's a lot of that's the majority of the people majority of the men in the men's prison.
I would be so spiritual. I wouldn't even be thinking about sex. Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of them do. They get real religious and do start doing all these other things.
I just feel like it's not enough likes though. That's how I feel.
I've been locked up in mental hospitals and prison, but I never had sex with nobody in the hospital or prison.
Now it makes sense. Okay. Now I do believe you now.
I've been to the mental hospital and I've been to.
I believe you. Trust me. I believe you. I hear it in your voice.
I'm just telling you the truth. And I go to school at Texas State University and I'm majoring in political science. Yes. So I'm a abundance of both worlds. Okay. So I have been in both arenas and I've never participated with no sexual. Now, have the guards and the people in charge, have they messed me over? Absolutely.
So did you fucked them? That's what you're saying.
You fucked a guard?
The guards. No, but I'm just saying somebody mentioned it earlier that if it wasn't a trans woman and
you fucked the guard,
those men are fucking the women.
Did you fuck the guard? Because you said they messed you over. Did you fuck the guard for a promise or something?
I did not fuck a guard for a phone call or nothing like that. No, but I could tell you when I was in the hospital, they used to watch us shower and shit. They used to walk into a showering and they used to do crazy.
Wait, hold on. You had male guards watching you shower.
Absolutely.
So wait, here's a question. Did you see the movie Terminator 2? Was it like Sarah Connor where they had to tie you to the bed and the guy licked your face?
It was something like that, but not that extreme.
Sarah Connor.
Listen, man, you can't just because you lose rights to privacy once you're a prisoner. Prisoners don't have rights to privacy. And why the hell you feel bad for them? Motherfucking dudes have to motherfucking spread their cheeks and lift their sack. The fuck? I don't give a fuck about seeing a bitch naked.
I don't have a sack. I wouldn't know anything about that.
Well, ask the niggas that's been to prison.
Yeah,
Sexy Red, if you had to take the shower in the prison and the guard takes his stick and he just spreads your butt cheeks a little and says he has to check for contraband, what you gonna do about it?
What? I don't want to go to jail ever. Not even in pretend.
Because he said he has to do a cavity search, so he has to make sure.
Do cavity searches, sir.
Well, okay, if he improvises and he does it this way.
Sir, this isn't how you do cavity search.
So he has a baton. He tells you that he's got to just check those butt cheeks. What are you gonna do?
I would tell him, no, thank you, sir. This is not how.
No. This is not an option. This is not an option.
Exactly.
What's up? You know what? Let me stop.
No,
because I have to take a shower, and that man want to look at me in that shower. That shit.
This is some type of weird.
Wait. So Maisha,
that man just sat there and watched me shower.
Hold on. What if you're in the shower and the guard comes over and he helps lather you up with the soap? He helps lather you up. I was in the
mood for that because that medicine be popping. That medicine hits a certain type of way. Because
what kind of medicine is it?
They put you on some strong shit. It fucks you up.
You know what it is?
So you was getting high off the medicine,
some type
and
of
then you was letting the guard smash that you got high off the medicine because you was in the mood.
No, I'm telling you that medicine does something to your mind. You're not in that space. You're not thinking like that. You just, taking your medicine, eating your meal.
All these people in jail are drugged up.
And jail.
She's talking about the mental hospital. The mental hospital.
Jail is kind of like YouTube. YouTube feels like jail. YouTube feels like prison.
Wait, hold on. How does YouTube feel like jail?
Because it's kind of like a popularity contest, a power struggle. Who gets to speak? Who gets their cornbread first? Who gets their super sticker? It feels like jail.
You get super stickers in jail? What? In jail?
Have like the worst analogy.
Let me tell you. YouTube is not like jail. I don't know what she's talking about. YouTube is nothing like jail.
Yes, it is. Even like we can't see each other, but like we'll be like in isolated cells and we could be talking to each other. I'll be like, hey, what you doing? Did you eat today? He'll be like, no, I didn't eat. And I can't see him, but we can talk to each other and we be talking to each other across these little private cells.
And you
It
might
feels
be
like
institutionalized. You might be institutionalized. If you think YouTube is like jail, you might be institutionalized. You might have
I'm
to.
just saying it's a collective order situated in a space, and it can feel very relatable.
What
Whether
order
you,
is over?
I mean, we're collectively all over the country. I'm in Texas, you're in Philly, somebody's in California. We're basically shout out each other with ideologies talking, but we're not in front of each other. It's like
How is
weird.
that like jail? That's like
That's
sound like a
kinda
phone call.
deep.
Sound like a Zoom call to me. I don't know. But jail.
I don't know. It just feels. I'm just saying. I've been in both spaces, and they feel very similar.
That's deep.
That's really deep.
No, it's really not.
No, that's crazy as hell.
It's actually
That's fucking
retarded.
crazy.
I'm not trying to
Crazy
be
as
mean,
shit.
but goddamn, what the fuck are you talking about? You can walk outside right now. YouTube, you can turn YouTube off. You can't turn jail off. You can't reset jail, dog. You in that bitch. So I don't know what it is. Like,
ain't no ads in jail, man.
I don't know.
Well,
about that
Maisha said that she was in there for a couple of days. She did not take any showers.
No, she was in a week.
She was in there a week. Okay, she was in there a week. She took no showers.
Oof.
She barely ate, had no water, slept
No
in feces.
water?
No water.
No
now,
water.
Now this is really strange. They gave her a pair of prison issue panties and
They
whatnot.
gave you panties and a
but
bra
they
with no
but they
water?
did not give her water. Like, that is so strange to me.
That is.
They give you like this sweet bread. I think it's supposed to represent something, but they give you like this little sweet bread, this little cake. And
I think it represents your cakes.
Do they give you a water bottle?
No water, no nothing. I almost passed out like Sandra Bland and died in there. I was like, and then you don't want to scream in there because you can pass out and get delusional and hit your head and die, like Jeffrey Epstein.
Now, hold on. Now, were you in actual? Did you get processed, or were you in like the holding before? They
No, I
charged you?
got processed, like fingerprinted, bunkers, jumpsuit, fly.
Yeah, that sounds like reception in the military. It's just terrible.
Is this
Nigga,
jail
I
or is this the mental
wore
place?
the orange, the scrubs. You know how like people in jail wear scrubs and slides.
What color were they?
Was it
They
jail
were
or the
orange.
mental place?
Oh shit!
It was
Was it-
orange.
But that's not my question. I didn't ask you what color the damn suit was. I said, are you describing the jail or you describing the mental place?
Oh, both. But like mental hospitals, you can wear like your regular clothes. They'll give you clothes. And a mental hospital, you come in there as you are, and they assess you. They just make sure you don't have like a belt or any type of weapon in the presence of other inmates or patients, so you won't hurt them. And they give you medicine. You watch TV. You sit around. You go to classes. Sometimes they have like mentorship classes, karaoke, and you try to heal and medicate and get back to a place of stabilization so you can be released to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how they explain it?
No, that's how it goes. The reason why I could tell y'all this is not a joke, like the first time I entered into like the medical, like that realm.
Damn, first time.
The first time, no, that I had a psychiatric breakdown and I had to be hospitalized. It was very scary.
What was the conclusion of your psychological evaluation? What was the conclusion?
I don't usually tell. Jessica X has been trying to get my diagnosis out for like months, but I'm not going to ever tell my diagnosis. But they stole my iPod. It was like real gangster. Like they stole all my shit. They stole my iPod.
They still make iPods.
You remember like those little iPods? Remember back in the day, the little Apple iPods where you put your music on and you download it on there? Like I had one, like my baby daddy had one. This was back in 2003, 2004. And this is like over almost 20 years ago. And they stole this shit. They stole all my shit. It was very scary. The people are mean. They starve you. That medicine makes you hungry. You can't eat like the way you want to eat. It's just a really traumatic experience.
And you didn't
And
think
then
to sue
sometimes, and
anybody?
then like once that happened to me, the first time that happened to me, after it, processed and kind of went by the wayside, then it was used as a weapon. It was used as a weapon. My family just basically, every time we got into a fight, they would say, "Oh, she's mentally ill," and I'll go to the hospital. "Oh, we got into a fight. Don't take her to prison. Take her to the hospital."
What made you go the first time?
I was having problems with my environment and with my ex-husband, or with Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that got me caught up in some situation. And then it was weird because it was like quiet and it was so.
Is it because you guys were breaking up, or?
No, I mean, I have to like give you my number. You have to follow me on Instagram. I'll tell you later. I can tell you though, it was really traumatic, but it was quiet for the longest time, for about a year. Like
What
we
was
let
the
that pass.
Do you think the diagnosis is valid? Do you think the diagnosis is valid, whatever it is?
Let me explain how I look at mental illness. Some
Do
people have
you think
no. Some
diagnosis
people,
they
you
gave
want
you
a
is
yes or
valid?
no, but I have to give an explanation only because it blends too well. It's too gray. Some people are susceptible to depression, but can depression be caused by work? Some people have to take medicine because just everyday things that Red does, I can do too, but I'll get really sad. So then I do believe that you have to take medicine. So whatever they gave me, and the symptoms and the diagnosis and the protocol, I do support it because just the way my brain, my body, how I react and respond, I am susceptible to the treatment that I needed to receive because of it. Yes.
So you believe? Okay, I was making sure you believe the diagnosis is valid. Then,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then why are you complaining about the consequences that come with that?
Meaning what?
You saying that sometimes you get into situations where you might have to go back to the hospital, or sometimes you
No,
know.
you can't use it as a weapon, just like a criminal can't use the concept of being confused in the head to be around women. Like you can't
According to you,
weaponize.
they can. Sure.
You can't weaponize my diagnosis to have power over me. You can't weaponize what my ailment is as a power move to control me. Because I am a big personality. I was real popular in different spaces growing up, like whether it was school or college. I've always had like a larger than life, right? And I don't want somebody to say, well, when we don't like you, we're just going to throw up this diagnosis to humble you or to hurt you. You can't do that. It just depends on how that scenario. Like if you and me dated, Mr.
The reason why I ask that is because, man, a lot of people, and this is a lot of people who get into mental health situations, and you got real mental health and you got that fake mental health. But a lot of people in the real mental health, the reason why I lose empathy sometimes is because, a lot of times you got to get the diagnosis and act like it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about the real mental health issues. Like
this is a prepaid call from.
But I think that's a part of the diagnosis, though. The denial.
Yeah, but the denial in real life. What the fuck is that?
To decline this call, press 9 now, and to accept this call, press 1 now.
But that when they deny the real diagnosis, it affects people in real life where they want to still. What the fuck is that?
That is loud as heck.
Who is that? You truck? Who got the thing
Hold
going?
on, let me mute people. Hold on.
Gotta be him.
It's not her. It's Ashley. All right, I got him.
Yeah, the call coming. But what I'm saying is that. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that sometimes they know they get the diagnosis, but then when they get back like regular, when they're lucid and back regular, they act like it's not there. And then when they go through something, it affects other people in real life because they don't want a motherfucker take their little diagnosis serious. I've seen this in real life. This is why the mental health thing, the fake motherfucker.
Yeah, but every person is different. You know what I mean? Every family and every component. But I feel for you because I actually feel like you're being sincere and I know what you're speaking of.
I've seen it.
Goes out to you, and I'm sorry. I just don't think that applicably you have to be mindful because every story is different. But I feel where you're coming from. I actually hear it in the voice. Right, Red? Can you hear that?
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
Like somebody, like maybe his ex-wife, and it's like she's
bipolar. It was a family member, but I'm just saying I've seen it. Like, yo, you got this situation here. Why are you fucking my shit up? Because you don't want to go get. And so I know it's a mental health thing, but
that's
the ones
when you're hard to deal with family members.
Exactly, but the mental health that's going on today. Oh, I don't want to compete because of my mental health. Where there's no diagnosis and people using it as a cop out to be a little bitch. Now that I really feel
WebMDs.
Yeah.
Ramil, when you really think about it, is there any difference between somebody pretending to be insane and somebody pretending to be a woman in order to get out of serious time?
No, yes, there is a difference because the one who's pretending to be a woman to get out of serious time, he's not having mental problems. He's doing that for. He's actually he has
a diagnosis, probably most likely too.
But the guy trying to be a woman to get to a woman's prison, that's kind of actually smart if you think about it. It's not. I don't think he's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's the stupid government who passed a law to allow that to happen. But nigga who take advantage of that, I wouldn't call him with the mental issue. Now, the real trans people, to me, in my opinion, they have a mental issue. That's what was the case in the DSM manual in the 1970s.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But
Now,
now,
the trans thing was later than that.
To keep
oh
them
yeah,
safe.
okay, I didn't know. Okay,
But the trans thing was later than that.
Okay, that's even worse. I mean, all this is new right now, so that's what I think got a mental problem. But once again, my opinion don't count no more because, like Fantastic said, they took it out now. So I mean,
well, they should have a trans jail to keep them safe. Wouldn't it be safer?
But what are they going to do? Here's a question. Sexy Red. Here's a question. If you have a trans jail for the trans men, you'd also have to have one for the trans women because you can't put them together.
Yeah. Oh God.
More tax dollars. More.
Yeah.
They're never gonna do it. They're just gonna say, "Hey, we're women," or "Hey, we're men." They ain't gonna do it.
Just keep in mind, a trans woman that pretends that she's a man or whatever, if you put her in there with some men are gonna go after that pussy. They're gonna pound the hell out of her, and she's going. And unless those hormones prevent that pregnancy, she's getting pregnant.
That's wild. This is just too much.
The world we live in, man.
Too much.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
It's too
I
much.
just feel like in the overall picture, I don't think that, it kind of conditions you to kind of either make or break your circumstances of how you see it. You know what I mean? It's like when you go into prison, it's not supposed to be set up to be soft. Like them people in Sweden, them people in China, their prisons are completely different than American prisons.
Maisha, do you understand in China right now, even they're about to execute a Canadian drug dealer? And China executes people. They don't fuck around.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So our shit
They're not going to execute him. He got 20 years in prison, man.
They claimed they would. No. They claim. I posted the story on my Facebook. You can look on my Facebook. They said they're going to execute that motherfucker. Execute.
Because Canada got one of theirs. Canada's got a Chinese locked up, and it was
no. But they got a Canadian Chinese. It says Chinese court upholds death sentence for Canadian national. No, China doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, I see it right here.
Let me tell you how it is, because I used to live in China. Let me tell you how it is. You get a very short trial that might last up to about 4 hours. If you're found guilty of murder, rape, drug dealing, whatever.
Drug offenses? What the
drug offenses, nigga? They don't fuck around. In China, they take you into a field and they put a rifle up to the back of your head, and then they ask you, "Excuse me, please open your mouth," because they don't want that bullet bouncing back at them. And then they fire 2 shots to the back of your head, and then they send your family the bill for the bullet.
But look, check this out. They do. I knew it was for retaliation. Look, they're sentencing him to death because Canadian authorities have a chief financial officer of China locked up right now.
Yeah.
But so I think that's the thing that got 20 years. But the one that is in China right now, he's finna get. That's crazy for drug trafficking.
But guess what? It ain't just China. Philippines under Rodrigo Duterte, they execute for drug offenses. Indonesia executes for drug offenses. Just about all those. South Asia doesn't fucking play.
My point is, when you have these prisons and overseas structure systems, it's like, take what you can get in America. It's like, yeah, you have to eat that cornbread. Yeah, you have to wear that jumpsuit.
You can't say cornbread. You gotta say cornbread.
Well, Maisha, you only have to wear the jumpsuit if they don't issue you prison issue cotton panties.
Right. But it's like, make the best of it. You know, it's
stay
like,
out of jail. This way we could stay out of prison, stay out of jail. Don't have to
no, because sometimes people deserve to be cussed out. All I did was cuss the bitch out, and she is ruining my life.
Yeah, but Maisha, for cursing somebody out, she could have ganged up on you and shanked you.
No, I'm talking about how I got there, because I cussed out that girl from that store in the Quarry Market. All I said to her was, "My shit don't work."
Did you mess up the store too?
No, girl was over the phone. I never even met this bitch for her to turn my life upside down. I never even met her, and she wasn't even a manager. I asked and begged to speak to her manager. She said her manager was in a meeting.
Ashley, let me ask. It's Ashley. Ashley, what did you have to say about the story? I had to drop you simply because there was noise coming out your phone. What did you have to say? It's Ashley. All right, I don't know. I guess she's not there. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, when the shit is said and done, like right now, what is the counteraction from being a inmate is like being a student. So I've been a student, I've been an inmate, I've been a patient, I've been a mom.
So you've experienced the entire
like,
American
like
dream,
maybe it's just like a Girl Scout collecting her badges. I've been on so many different type of badges. You know, you don't need no stinking badges, but I've been a different type of person and different types of my life. It's like it happens. Sometimes you go to jail. It happens.
No, it doesn't happen. I stay out.
Sometimes people go to jail.
I don't.
Well, here's the thing. All right, so
not yet.
It depends.
Some people have to go to a mental hospital. There should be no stigma. If you're suicidal or if you don't feel good or you're going to hurt your baby mama, wouldn't it be like a beautiful world if somebody's like, I'm going to go and get some help? Sometimes people have to go get professional help.
So you went on your own? No,
I have been on my own. I have been to the hospital. I don't suggest it. That's a different topic, a different story. But I'm saying it should be built like that. If you need some help, you just go to the hospital. That's how it's supposed to go. If you don't feel good or you feel suicidal or you don't feel right, you should be able to have access to the mental health hospitals and clinics and crisis areas and receive the help you need.
Nobody disagreeing with that, but we were talking
and
about
sometimes you're not perfect. You can go to a bar. You could be out and you pop somebody. Guess what? You go to jail. It happens.
No, it doesn't happen. That's a crime.
But I'm just saying, life shows you different tomatoes. And
I'll say this: you never know what tomorrow. I ain't gonna say you just so happen sometimes you go to jail, but I would say that you never know what tomorrow brings. I mean, but it's not. But don't say it's normal, like going to jail, like something normal. I would just say life is crazy. You never know what situation you could be in.
Going to Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's like a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, like life's a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. The fuck.
Well, I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, going to jail. I just don't think people process things. Like, who goes to jail over cussing out a woman at a cell phone company? Is that normal? But I've been to jail over some shit like that. That's all I did.
What was the charge?
I don't want to tell y'all because I don't want y'all to take advantage of it.
You might as well.
Nobody's gonna take advantage. But what charge was he yelling at? Well, I know not to yell at him.
Aggravated assault.
Yeah, nobody's trying to just tell us. You might as well just tell us because you already told us about the rest of it. So you might as well just tell us.
No, but you'll take advantage of me.
How?
I probably would never talk to you again. I'm just gonna keep it 100. Me and you probably never gonna talk again. So
you got to charge. You'll be telling her she got to charge for that type of shit. So
you already told. Listen,
I got charges. Who gives a fuck?
You already. Listen, nobody cares. Just tell us.
It's harassment. But I'm saying if I go to y'all's platforms, y'all can be like, she already got charges and went to jail for harassing people.
I have to be perfectly honest, Maisha. I was expecting to have a really exciting woman's prison story, and you kind of let me down.
Yeah.
Well, that's a compliment. I'm just saying it happens. Shit happens. All I did was talk shit to this bitch behind the phone, and she changed my whole life. Not only was this was like an ordeal because I was investigated by homicide. SAPD, the police department, called my phone from homicide. This is not a joke. This is my life. The people from homicide, from the police department, called me. It was like, hey, we're investigating you to turn you into the DA. They watched me for a year, y'all. They investigated all my records, everything. Because of me talking shit to a hoe in the quarry market, a rich. And I talked to Larry. Larry's like, it's pure racism. You were a victim of racism.
So, I forgot my question. Shit.
Pure racism. It was a rich store, some rich corporate store in a nice part of town.
So the call was recorded.
I don't think so. I don't think so, man.
Well, Sexy Red. Anytime you call any corporate store, they usually tell you the call may be recorded, right? Typically, if you raise your voice, that triggers the thing to start recording if it hasn't been recorded, because they assume that there's a heated conversation. The thing about it is now that we've got this digital technology, those things can record conversation after conversation after conversation just for training purposes, and they can keep what they feel is evidence if you say something incriminating.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so you can be recorded anytime you call anybody and they tell you in the very beginning this call may be recorded. That's automatically telling you that if the conversation gets heated, chances are
But it wasn't. But Truck, it wasn't a call center. It was the store directly. Like
do you understand that there's no difference?
It's not a call center, babe. The call center.
Do you understand what a computer server is? There's no difference. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you think? Like I said,
I would think,
AT&T,
their calls would be recorded too.
Like, so when I call
AT&T
Pizza
or Sprint or everybody has a separate thing?
If you call Pizza Hut to order a pizza from the store and not the call center, they got those calls recorded. Like calling, like
they tell you, yes, for quality assurance. Yes, it is, ma'am. Yes, it is.
Yeah. So in the future, please be more careful. Otherwise, you'll have more prison stories to share.
And it's probably so. Was this before or after your? Was this before or after your mental hospital?
No, but you're when you say mental, you're in a stigma. Mental is just like diabetes. Mental is just like heart disease.
I'm just saying that. I'm not saying it as a stigma. That's how you're taking it. I understand that. It's a mental facility.
You're compartmentalizing having a behavioral issue associated to mental.
You're telling me something that I'm not doing. That's the name of it. It's either called a psychiatric hospital or a mental hospital. That's just the name of it. I didn't mean it to stigmatize anything. It's just, I said it to say it.
Yeah, Maisha, he's not attacking.
If you have a diagnosis, and especially if it's early, it's a never ending trap rabbit hole.
No,
it never goes
away. Maisha, Maisha, he's not attacking you. He's just asking you, did this happen before or after your stint in the mental institution?
The mental institution started in 81.
Oh, okay. So you said you've been there a couple of times, right?
Hold on, wait.
Since I've been born. It's synonymous. I was born in 81.
How old are you again? I think you're like, what, 30?
Happened in 81 when I came out my mother's body. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's just what I am. It's my makeup. And sometimes I have to go and receive treatment. That's all that is.
Now, you said that you had bipolarism. So what drugs do you have to use? You have to use what? Antidepressants or what?
No, it depends. I take regular
antipsychotics.
Yeah, I do have to take those. But here's the thing.
What happens if you miss the dose?
Wait, did you say you were born in jail?
From my mother's womb.
No, but hold on. What happens if you miss the dose?
When you're born like that, that's how my brain is. I was born with this.
Yeah, she's with an imbalance. She has an imbalance, whatever. Okay. Again, I'm not saying it to attack you or anything. I was just trying to get the thing. So 9 times out of 10 is what happened. So when the lady called, you're flagged. So when you have those cases, and you've been admitted or whatever to a mental institution, sometimes depending on what state it is, they pretty much flag your name, and that's probably why it went to the level it went to, because your name was flagged for the possible psychiatric issues or whatever. And depending on just how bad you went, I mean, I don't know, but like I said, to do a couple of days or a week in jail, I mean, that's really not much. If you really, destroyed any type of property or had a terroristic threat and all these other things, it took that into consideration, and it's probably why you didn't get charged. More harshly.
Thank you for sharing your story. I know it's probably hard. Thank you.
No, I think they felt guilty because a Black woman who's having a conversation where a white woman was not feeling powerful and became helpless. I think that was the threat. And not because some mental patient being stigmatized by her audience. No, I wasn't a mental patient on the phone. Can you imagine any of us? That's like a nigger on the phone. It's like, what are you?
Hard R.
Hear me out. You're just processing my diagnosis.
What's with you in the
You're questioning and processing my diagnosis. But you have been born with brown skin and are considered to be a nigger. Period. So if a Black man has a criminal act, he should take notion or has some type of leadway that a nigger's going to be a nigger. That's
fantastic.
What you're saying about me.
Hold on, Maisha, 1 second. Fantastic. I have a question. Who's louder, her or me?
You got her by like a good 300 pounds. So
I am on I'm on 1 notch.
Pound for pound, she's louder. Pound for pound.
Right. It doesn't matter. I could be crazy, but you will always be a Black man. I'd rather be crazy than a Black man in America.
What?
Whoa,
I could be as crazy as you want me to be, fantastic, but you still walking as a black man, dead man walking my ass. You still what the fuck you are.
What? Okay, and what are you saying? So again, episode, just for
that ain't no episode. You're sick and you're being abusive. Just because I'm expressing myself, every time I express myself,
he wasn't attacking. Maisha, calm down. He was not attacking.
I'm being extremely. I'm explaining, and I'm actually helping you in a lot of the things that you're saying.
He's not attacking you.
Yeah, he was not attacking you.
Not attacking
I don't feel like he was attacking you.
Y'all sound like them people at the fucking hospital. Y'all sound like those orderlies. Nobody's trying to hurt you. Go ahead and take about 500 milligrams of this Seroquel, and you'll be just fine.
Well, I don't have 500 milligrams of anything to give you. I'm not in your presence, so you don't have to worry about that. Again, yes, I am a BABG, but I don't work as an orderly anywhere either. So trust me.
In all white. In all white.
Oh, most definitely. You know, hey, you make it look good too. But anyway, listen, I know. That's what they say too. You know
please help me.
And adios, mios, all of that. You know, different languages.
Oh my God! Get on with your story already. Nobody cares.
Well, stop
you said as I talk on the phone and be able to express myself, then immediately I have to condition myself that expression is a result of my mental illness, and that's not always true.
You misunderstood. Listen, you're not listening. You're not listening. You skipped the whole part of where I said, because you are where you are, possibly in the state you are in, they flagged your record. Okay.
They don't have records like that. They don't do that here in Texas. No, they don't. No, they don't. Do you live in Texas? Do you live in Texas?
I live in Texas. This is what I can tell you.
And creepy. That sounds like some Detroit shit where y'all don't have no good fucking water. Some Michigan shit. We don't keep people's records. We don't keep people's medical records associated to an individual. That doesn't work like that. We don't operate in Texas like that. Fantastic. No, we don't. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Fantastic. Prove it.
Mr. Borg-tastic.
Prove it. You can't even get your microphone to fucking work. You talking all that shit, and you're in fucking some hill back
country. Like lay off.
No, bitch, you lay off.
Oh, here we go again.
Maisha, are you having an episode right now? I think you got it.
I said episode. I told y'all.
Like you're fucking sick.
We're not ganging. Nobody's ganging up on you.
I said episode.
You worked with this dumbass nigga. This man wanted to have no women on the panel in the first place. And they're doing circles, truck. And your eyes are blind because he's playing a circle right now. And I'm smart.
Maisha,
you're not smart at all.
Maisha, calm down. Calm down. Take a breath. Maisha, take a breath.
Smart at all.
Nobody's ganging up on you.
I'm very smart.
No, you're not.
I'm very smart.
You're not. And
I'm very smart.
You're very not. I'm being very reserved with you right now because I have extreme experience with people like you. So that's why I'm trying to empathize and sympathize with you, but you keep trying to take it to that level that you're really not prepared for. But because I know you really can't help it, that's why I'm doing this the way I am.
You're dumb. Your mom couldn't help it. She should have had an abortion.
Let me get back to my point. That's terrible to say.
But you want to talk about somebody's job.
You can't
ask somebody sideways over them not having a job.
Maisha,
here's the question. Talk about this dumbass coming at my diagnosis and my real life experience and using it to control or put me down.
Listen, Maisha, what do they tell you? What do they tell you to do when you feel anguish?
Truck, you're better than that shit. You know better than that.
No, but what do they tell you to do? Do they tell you?
You're following me on Instagram. You've seen 5,000 images of me.
Yeah, I know that. I know
that. A complete.
But what I'm saying is,
opinion.
Breathing techniques are really good.
You do breathing techniques.
Maybe you should go do some nails and make money so you can feel powerful.
It's called pranayama.
Now she's going at you. Now she's going at you.
No, Red don't like nobody without no job. And guess what, Red? I just got accepted at Texas State University. I just got accepted and I'm registered and going to school in like 2 weeks. So I'm very proud of myself.
No, I think first of all, it's not that I don't like people that don't have jobs.
Who will judge you and make fun of you.
People who talk shit and don't have jobs.
Right.
That's the problem I have.
Right.
You cannot have a job and say nothing, but don't talk shit and don't have a job and and you're
And
not able
who's
to back your
talking
shit up.
shit? So the fact that Bullets was saying and making
That
a point
was like a month ago. It's a new day.
Yeah, try not to take it personal.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I'm saying, man, sometimes, especially when you're calling, because I know I have a friend of mine that had a mother that had an issue, and it's called in Florida, it's called Baker acted. So if and when you're Baker acted, they do like flag that person because they possibly for the safety of the officers that may have to respond to whatever incident it may be. They flag the residents and sometimes the person, again, for the safety of that person and the safety of the officer. Okay, but that's usually only if and when you've been officially admitted to some type of, you know what I'm saying, to some type of psychiatric or mental institution.
You said that's in Florida?
Yeah, that's Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they call it in Texas, but in Florida it's called Baker Act.
That's
those
good,
are those are probably for repeat offenders. Like somehow the offender or
but the
a
police
repeated
need
notion.
that. Because I remember some kids.
I don't know anything about that. I think those are for repeat
It's not
offenders.
repeat offenders. They're not repeat
I
offenders.
remember some kid got shot or some.
It's not like a registry though. You know how your immunizations are in a registry, you know, you can look up and say, oh, she's been vaccinated. There's a registry. There's no registry when you go inside a mental hospital and they register you as mentally insane. The only type of registry we have is Social Security because we receive benefits and we have to make sure we get our medicine. But there's no registry for the people who are sick or people who are ill. Only thing that they have or classify us is when it comes to our income and how we would get our medicine, period. But we're still walking free citizens like anybody else.
You're conflating several different things, man. Now, people that have felonies on their record are flagged, okay? As if you have a warrant or whatever, it's your name, your social security number. Speaking of social security, that's how the government keeps up with you as an individual, okay? So it does apply at times for serious mental issues and whatnot. And again, not just for the safety of you, but possibly for the safety of anybody that may have to deal with you. Not saying it's 100% of the time, but it does exist that way, and it does happen sometimes, depending on the state and the jurisdiction where you're at. Okay?
I hear you. I think Ashley wants to jump on, Trut.
All right, Ashley, how you doing? Can you hear me? Ashley, what do you want to say about this topic? Ashley Fementeco? Hello? Hello? Is that really Ashley? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
The reason?
Oh, here we go. Yes?
I have my mic blurred out.
All right, whose photo is this? Hello? All right, okay, I guess that's not gonna work. What the fuck?
God.
All right, okay, yeah, that person, I'm sorry. What the fuck is going on?
It's funny. I like her hair though. It's cute.
Yeah, black women always look good with natural hair.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you liked them barefoots, Truck.
No, I like them barefoot with natural hair. Barefoot, dirty feet.
But the ones that... Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they got to have natural hair. They don't have money for cosmetics.
I'm done playing. I'll speak.
Is that fantastic?
What the fuck?
No, that's not me. That's not me.
That's not fantastic.
I thought fantastic was Morgan.
That is not me.
All right, Ashley, who is this?
What's up, Ashley, girl?
Well, this is Ashley. I actually have a friend right now. It's a trans girl.
Okay, I get it. You're trying to stay anonymous, right? So is that why you're distorting your voice?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
where do you get one of those?
I have a transgender friend in prison.
Where do you get one of those?
You laughing.
Where do you get that.
All right, so you have a transgender friend in prison. What about him?
I hate niggas. I
She's
hate.
going through a lot right now, getting raped every single day. I mean, it's horrible.
In jail? In the
Yeah,
women's jail?
right now,
The bitch is raping him,
in jail in Nevada.
And the bitch is raping him, huh?
It is bad. I mean, it's just so bad. There's poop, there's piss on the floor. I mean, she's just calm. Sorry, my voice sounds funny, but on a serious note, I mean, it's just horrible right now in prison.
You're in prison
Why are you
right
so
now.
pretty? I'm looking at you and you're so pretty.
Yeah, thank you. I'm beautiful. Follow me on Instagram. I have probably like 15,000 followers.
Where do you get this voice thing from?
It's actually part of my computer. It's on Windows 10, so
You all jacked up.
I'm a techie type of girl, you know. But yeah, I'm fine. I do my hair in the morning.
Hold on. This is Big J. This is Big J.
I don't know. I think he prefers cigars.
That's not.
I'm not making this up. I know my voice sounds bad. I'm not making this up. I ain't playing. I'm just here to tell you, I know I was been listening and I heard y'all talking about the prisoners, and to tell you that I have a friend in jail right now. She her and her friends robbed a bank. It's a transgender male, so it's a male to a girl.
That's not me. I swear to God, that's not me.
Oh God, this show is crazy. Who is it? Keep talking. Keep going.
That's American Negro. That's American Negro. I know it's you, Negro. Negro, I know it's you.
You think I'm playing. I'm trying to keep my identity anonymous. That's it, okay?
Oh. You know who he sounds like, Red? You remember that movie with the little girl and she's being adopted? What was that? And remember he had that white cop boyfriend and he got killed, and it was something with what's her name? She got killed and she bought that bike for that little girl. What was that movie called? That's what he sound like. And he does the Green Mile, the black man. He played the
Michael Clark Duncan.
Not Michael Clark Duncan, the other one. But he played in the trans movie. He played he's with Tom Cruise. Yes, Ving Rhames. He played a trans woman man. You remember that movie?
I know what movie you're talking about too. I think I saw it.
That's what Ashley.
Booty movie.
Holiday Heart. Yes, Holiday Heart. Holiday Heart. Y'all are beautiful. Yes, that's what Ashley sound like. Is this Holiday Heart?
Hello? I guess not.
So I'm back. So anyway, yeah, I was just coming here to speak about my my friend in prison. She's just going through a rough time. Is there anything that you were interested, obviously, relating to this subject of hearing?
Well,
it's really bad right now. It's really, really bad right now.
First off, your brother is a man, not a woman.
Correct.
You called him a man, though. I mean, you called him a woman. You called him
a man, a woman. I don't give a fuck anymore. Niggas.
Of course. That I swear, no. People keep saying that's me. I swear to God, that's not me. That's
not me either.
No, Maisha, we know that's not you.
Oh.
Yeah, we know that's not you.
I don't even have the equipment to distort my voice like that.
No, we know that's not you. I'm sure it's not.
Can you say hello real quick?
Who are you talking to, me or the other person?
Ashley,
hello.
I'm sorry, my bad. I had my mic muted. What did you say?
That is truck.
So, no, that's not me. So, Ashley, you said that you're...
No, I'm not Big Truck, guys. I'm not Big Truck. So, I'm reading the YouTube chat. No. I am not Big Truck. Just let me speak.
All right, so go tell us all about the person who's in jail.
Yeah, so her name is... She's actually my partner, and she's her name. She. Her name is actually Michael, so her name is Michael, so it is very confusing. I don't know whether or not it's Michael or whether or not it's Alicia. It's a Michael becoming Alicia, so it's a man becoming a woman. So there you go. That's straight. I'm from Nevada, so right now she's at the Nevada Correctional Center, and in the Nevada Correctional Center, she's just being. I mean, we're talking prison guards are coming up behind her back, and actually, I mean, it's bad, and they're trying to hit on her.
How are they hitting on her? Like what are they just questioning her about sex? Or I mean, how does that work?
Well, obviously since she's a transgender, she wanted to grow some, you know what. So it's crazy because it's a man, but yet she's in a woman's cell with woman people. But I mean, she's got the hormones, so she's got the boobs, and she's got the stuff, And so anyway, the men will come behind her and they'll touch her booty. They'll shove that. I'm not playing. This is crazy right now. I mean, they'll literally shove their middle finger up her ass.
Oh, come on. That's disrespectful.
No, it's crazy. And we're talking prison guards right now. It is head crazy.
What year is this? Is this happening currently, Ashley?
Yes.
We need to write a petition or a letter to
No, this is just fucking stupid.
To the commissioner.
Shit. It's bad. I mean, it's bad. It's just bad. I mean, and then they don't have toilets. So I had a brother and he was in prison.
Hold on.
And he used to have stuff to piss and poop. Okay, go ahead.
So is this America or are they out of the country? They out of the country?
No. This is America.
Well, sir, or ma'am, or whatever I'm talking to. It's mandatory that they have, bathroom facilities for people to use. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting out of hand. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad. I'll calm down. Yeah, this is America, and like I said, Nevada, outside of Las Vegas. So, are you from Nevada, sir?
No, I'm actually in Nevada right now. Actually, the funny part about it, I'm not from here, but I am here. So yeah, man, that's like a national thing. It's not a state level thing. So in the United States of America, yeah, man, that's a big issue if they got them shitting in holes and
anyway, so I just wanted to talk. Anyway, so I just wanted to talk because she's trans. He is trans. I don't give a fuck. Transgender anymore, and so I just wanted to come speak.
So wait a minute. So wait, I think you kind of lost your signal there. Now let me ask you a question. What do you think about this bill SB 132 that is allowing men to be put, or biological men to be put, in a woman's prison with women?
Yes.
What do you think about this bill?
Repeat that again. I'm sorry. I just have this shitty Wi-Fi.
All right. The bill is SB 132.
Hey, I want to do something. Ashley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can, ma'am.
On three, I want both Truck and Ashley to say hello. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hello.
Do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So what do you think about this bill, SB 132, which says that men who claim to be transgender get to go to female prisons and be in prison with women, which led up to this woman getting pregnant in prison? What do you think about that?
Now look, this is going to surprise you. Yes, I am the picture. For you guys that are just joining in YouTube, yes, that is me. So I'm fine. I have an Instagram account. I'll put it in the chat in a minute. Anyway, what I think about the bill is that I'm actually against the transgender. I believe if you were born a woman, you were born a woman. I believe if you were born a man, you were born a man. So what I think about it is that good for the men. they can get all the pussy they want. And anyway, good for them. But I'm against it. Keep the man, the woman, the woman. It's not about your transgender or how you identify as. It's how you were born as.
Okay.
So anyway, that's my take on it.
That was a good take, Ashley. I just feel like, Ashley, have you ever struggled with your identity, where you wish you could be somebody else because that felt better? It felt more authentic for you to be somebody other than what you see in the mirror?
Well, personally, no, I'm not transgender, so no, I don't that's not me is what I'm saying.
Right.
But go ahead.
So do you feel more like, I look in the mirror and I like what I see, but I empathize towards different stories because I understand what it feels like to be in that place. Do you ever look at yourself as a Black woman and say, I wish I was a white girl, or I wish I was...
Yeah, because, my great-grandmother, we used to live back in the South from New York outside the Bronx area. And I mean, it was a heavy white supremacist neighborhood. So they used to hit on the blacks. So when I was little, I remember seeing videos and pictures of this racism. I wish that I was a white. Yes, I did. I wish that I was a white, but I'm glad I'm a Black woman, and I'm glad that there's Black Lives Matter, and I'm glad that us as a Black woman are becoming more known.
That's good. Sometimes I look in the mirror and everything that I wish I could be, I'm doing it as a Black woman. Like, I used to be a kid where I thought braces were cool. I had a problem. I used to suck my thumb, and I was like, I wish I could straighten out my teeth and wear braces and be cool like that. And I have braces now.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes Black girls, they look in the mirror and they'll be like, I wish I had pretty long hair like the Puerto Ricans, or I wish I had a cool accent like the Russians.
So what you're saying is we should be okay for this bill.
I just think that we should identify with men who feel that being a woman is more an understanding for him. I just feel a man who sees Ramil, a man who sees himself as a woman is identified as what?
Ramil's not here.
Ramil left?
Yeah, he had to get off.
I just feel like a man who sees himself as a woman, he probably holds empathy. He probably has a great relationship with other women. He probably likes what women stand for. So I do support the bill of allowing women or men to understand that, because that's where he should be.
Exactly.
Where everybody go?
I don't know. I just sitting here talking to Ashley. Ashley was saying that her friend was incarcerated and was going through all this stuff.
Yes, ma'am. It's bad. I don't know what's going on. It's bad.
Red, just process it real quick. Just process. You can do it, Red. We got you.
Okay, Ashley. So
you
said your brother's in jail?
But he's trans.
His brother.
He's trans.
His trans sister is in jail.
Right. Yeah, but it is his brother, because his brother was having a hard time identifying with what he saw in the mirror. So it's like, who's the man in the mirror?
So now he's in a woman's prison getting...
It's bad. It's so bad. And excuse me, I'm a she.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
It's all right. It's okay.
Is this is Big J, bro. This is triple. I know it's gotta be triple, bro.
I'm not tripping. I'm not trying to play anybody, Yeah, I'm ghetto, but we come from the South.
You don't sound like. Wait, I'm confused. Never mind. I'm not gonna ask no more questions.
Ashley, hold on,
Brad,
Ashley. Somebody has a request. Do you know the song "Tipping" by Mike Jones, Slim Thug, and Paul Wall? Do you know that song?
No, I do not.
If we bring up the lyrics,
I see it
if
there.
we bring up the lyrics, can you say them for us?
Sure.
Hey, can you do that for us, Truck?
What
Yeah,
makes
hold
me
on.
stand out than everybody else? Oh, it's my voice.
Yes, Ashley, you're doing a great job.
You're beautiful, honey. Stay just like that.
I'm telling you, y'all's gonna follow my Instagram. Big Truck think I'm playing, but he gonna come over to my Instagram and slide into.
Ashley, how old are you? How old are you, Ashley? Ashley, how old did you say you were?
What's going on?
I'm 39.
There you go.
Oh, good. Here are the lyrics. We can't really see them too good. It says,
Still tricking on 4 fingers, right to my 4-4. Tripping on 4-4, slipping 4-4.
You were missing the beat, Truck. You missed the beat, Truck. You missed the beat.
Bring it back up, Big Truck. I ain't finished. Thank you. That's my okay. This is better. I need to keep my chill down. Shit. Oh, I need to keep. I can't hear no sound, so.
still tipping on 4-4 is rep on 4 votes, rapping 4 votes, tipping 4 hoes, and I'm packing 4 foes.
Now local crowd still ballin' in the mixes at the 7 gate, nigga. Pulling tricks slick at all times when I'm flipping, back slipping, can dipping, dragging wood, grab hipping, still tripping the foes and packing 4 foes. That's the best I got. I ain't no singer. If I turn off this damn voice, oh!
Cube Nintendo. Damn, that's a long time ago. That's thank you so much. We really appreciate you going over that. You sounded wonderful. I died and I came back. Yes, I have risen.
All right, I guess not.
Well, that's the best she had.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey, your best is better than nothing.
I'm tipping off.
You did a great job.
Hey, let Michael come in.
Who?
Mike, you're in. What's up?
Yo.
Hi, Michael.
Not much. Anyway, I was saying, man, that was
your name's
crazy
Mitch?
ass topic.
Your name's
Michael Garrido.
Yeah.
Michael Doritos.
Garrido.
Garrido?
Yes.
Hi, yes. Michael Garrido.
What's up?
El Carrito.
Hilarious. What's up, John?
Thank you. I haven't even been drinking.
Mike, what were you gonna say?
Nah, I was saying that was some crazy ass topic right there with you know, the cases you showed us, man. California, man, I'm telling you, it's getting worse because the sad thing is people accept it here. You know?
Yeah.
That's the worst part about it.
So what can be done?
Easy. All you got to do is stop these liberal professors, going into the schools because they're turning community colleges and socialists. I'm telling you, dude. What?
Oh, you came here to make sense of all of this. Oh no. Oh, we can't have this. Can't have this at all.
I mean, John let me inside, so I mean,
I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around, Michael Garito. Never mind.
Can't pronounce the name.
Garito.
Basically Blondie in Spanish. Yeah.
Hey, big truck, can I show you my TRX I'm leasing tomorrow?
That is big. That's triple X. I don't care what y'all say.
No, you didn't.
I got it on screen share. I'm finna show you my new TRX.
Okay.
What is a TRX?
I'm leasing it tomorrow. I'm an entrepreneur. You're gonna be surprised because I have a really fine voice, but right now I just gotta protect my identity since I'm speaking of this for a prisoner, I guess. You know. So, but once you hear my real true voice and you understand, I'll show out my Instagram and everything.
They just let black people buy anything these days. They just let us buy whatever.
Since I'm leasing this TRX, it's gonna be like $1,200 a month. I'm leasing it for 3 years.
Are you talking about the TRX in the gym? Like
it's a truck.
Oh, okay. I thought he was talking about like the gym equipment.
I'm finna share my screen. Hold on. Is it a bad deal, John? I mean, the lease new TRX.
You might want to gargle some salt water. You might want to gargle some salt water. It'll help with that. Yes. You could mute it for that.
My bad, y'all. My bad,
it's
y'all.
Terrible.
Oh my gosh. My bad. Hold on, I'm finna show you this TRX here. Here it is right here in Las Vegas. Hold on, let me share my screen here.
Damn, Chuck. You be getting that voice changer right away.
What do y'all think?
What do we throw you? That's so funny.
That's overpriced. You can get those things here for like $89,000.
The truck?
Damn, are you kidding me?
No.
Why they cost so much?
I go for this much.
Why cost so much?
Where you live?
Sexy Red, it's because it's really powerful. It's got 700 horsepower.
So how many zombies do you think you could hit with that?
I could run over a lot, but more importantly, it's so big you could easily and comfortably have sex in the back seat.
Is it bulletproof?
The only problem is it doesn't have the ram bar, but out here in Vegas, it was the best price they could give me.
It doesn't have. Is it bulletproof?
It doesn't have. No, it's not bulletproof. No.
Oh hell no! It's
what I said is it doesn't have the ram bar. What it is it's like a rack on the back. It doesn't have the ram bar. I really wanted the ram bar, but this is a good deal out here in Vegas because they are over 100. If you see my mouse over here, they all want to charge $99.98 101 for a sticker.
How many gallons of gas does it take?
10 miles per gallon.
Realistically, 7 miles a gallon.
How many gallons does the truck hold?
About 24.
24.
Anyway, so it's a great color.
So it's only 240 miles on a 1 tank of gas?
No, you're probably not getting 240 miles because that thing averages like 9 to 10 miles per gallon.
Oh God! So like
I don't
200.
believe I can afford this truck, do you?
Can you afford the gas? I mean, fuck the truck. Can you afford the gas?
I mean, I can afford the truck. We're gonna find out. This is my first Hellcat car. I have a Mopar Chrysler 300 2013 SRT. It's a white. I'm trading it in for this TRX.
Are you going to use it for work? Are you going to use it for work?
Yeah. It's going to be my daily driver.
Do you have any kids? Are they going to fit comfortably in it?
Yeah, I got two teenagers. They go over to public high school. Two teenagers. One's 14, one's 16. Trayvon and Raven.
Ashley, I think we want to honor your presence by hearing your beautiful, sultry, mahogany voice.
Ash, how do you say your last name, Ashley?
So I make close to $10,000 to $15,000 a month.
Is your last name Feminism?
I sell on Amazon. I sell on eBay.
Yo, he's probably must destroy all. The YouTuber who damn got, years ago, man, that guy who made, you know what I mean?
I'm so confused right now.
Entrepreneur. Like I said, I make close to 10 to 15. I also have 4 rental properties outside Vegas and all across. I also have a couple in Northern California. North of the Sacramento area, but they're smaller cities.
What kind of stuff do you sell?
Well, I'm a big fitness girl, so we sell like joggers, compressions, bras, all the cute stuff. Occasionally I'll throw in some panties. We did some COVID special for the quarantine season for the men. I know they all like the sexy panties and the bras, so we threw in a couple extras. But I'm not really that big as a clothing entrepreneur. I'm more of a renter, investor, into the stock market. I've been watching John's videos for over 7 years now, but this is my first time coming on the StreamYard live stream.
What you talking about?
What you talking about? What are you talking about?
So anyway, you gotta think I'm playing. I ain't playing. I mean,
I don't think you're playing at all. I think you're very serious.
Thank you. I'm gonna turn off this.
Why do you sound like Cookie Monster now?
I'm gonna do some booty,
I hate this.
What is that? What is that?
His name is Dijon Watson. He gave a $2 super chat. So this $2 is supposed to help Big Truck, who's the host, and goes into his...
No. I'm not dumb, lady.
Oh.
Then what the fuck you talking about, motherfucker?
There's just so much happening right now. I'm trying to process it.
What was that? That's what I'm asking. What was
so
that?
We got...
Oh, that was Buck Lau.
Oh, yeah. They own these pranks. I watch that channel. They like Buck Lau. They have,
this is so Truck. It's ridiculous. Truck, this is you. You're pissing us off.
Brandon, what did you have to say about the subject?
Oh, man. I just can't believe it, honestly, because a motherfucker that puts himself in that situation, 9 times out of 10 is probably going to be an opportunist in the situation.
Right.
And at the end of the day, are you going to feel bad for the person that might be lying to put themselves in that better situation? Or are you going to feel bad for, the woman that's in that situation, whether she likes it or not, because that, not to disrespect genders, that transgender, male, female, whatever they are, now that they've decided to come there and put themselves in that presence of other people, those people have no recourse now, other than maybe they can complain to a CO and maybe they'll get moved. Maybe they won't get their.
So do you think the person who initially got pregnant, do you think there was a complaint from either the trans or the woman initially? Was there a complaint period?
It's hard to say because, conversations like this never happen until something happens that sparks the conversation. Usually we don't talk about this until it's bad, and we don't like to talk about it. But the reality of the situation is going to happen because there's bad people out there and they're going to act however they want to act. So, we got to protect ourselves, the people that we love. We got to be ready for all them.
That's right from the Second Amendment.
Well, I mean, you don't got to shoot them. You can fucking beat them over the head with a folding dinner chair or something. But
Well, okay. So if you knew someone got raped, right? For example, you'd go after them. All right. I don't know, but that's what I do. If someone raped, one of my family members,
if I love someone and someone, did something like that, that's that's like akin to killing someone. Yeah, if it's someone you love and care for, I don't think that people that rape, I don't think pedophiles, I don't think any of those people deserve the nice grace of I don't even know how to describe it. They don't deserve my kindness, to say the least. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from that, and yeah, and I would protect the people that I love, absolutely.
My thing is just,
are you eating?
Nobody. I'm eating some cabbage. Girl, nobody.
Not the girl.
I cooked it in a slow cooker.
Oh, really? Are you just having cabbage? What else you got?
Hold on, I'll mic up.
You mean cam up?
Y'all, I'm eating my cabbage. Nigga, you got me all in my light. I don't have no good lighting. I got my little afro puffs, my little natural hair.
Nice.
And then there's my cabbage.
Oh, that looks good.
Is that good? It has ginger.
Is that a turkey leg?
Ain't no turkey leg. It's just some vegetable medley, some soy sauce, some garlic, and some ginger. But my whole point is going back to what that guy was saying. He was like, I'm against criminals, but criminals are still people who make these mistakes. Nobody, when they're incarcerated, deserves to have a certain type of treatment that's inhumane or another type of criminal act happen to them while they're in jail. So if men are attracted to titties and pussy, and a trans man is walking with some big titties, and they're like, damn, I want some of them titties, and they rape him, he does not deserve those type of actions while he's in prison.
Which case are you talking about? The second one or the first one?
I'm talking about you, Brandon.
What? I ain't no damn Brandon.
Yeah, I'm Brandon.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you're Brandon.
But I'm saying, going back to what you were saying, sir, you're talking about the stories. Regardless if it's Princess Di or the pregnant person, it's a similar notion that people want to be comfortable behind, and this is what Trump was saying, because Trump was saying, y'all in America are soft. A trans man, he doesn't have the right to petition for his safety, because people in China, they be executed. I don't know what you did to get in prison, but you should be happy whatever's happening to you in jail, because you should be executed. So yeah, American jails are soft, and I'm not saying that you have to be 100% comfortable while you're in a hospital or a prison, but certain natural civil liberties should be protected, and I should not have my body questionably attacked or violated while serving time in a mental or in a prison, period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. No one disagrees with that, but it comes to a premise of the problem is when your only basis is hearsay, when I can just say that I'm a woman and then I can go into this female populated prison. I can say that I'm not going to shoot you while shooting a gun, and if I still shoot you in the face and kill you, my words meant nothing.
Yeah, but you're not going to have a gun while you're incarcerated in prison.
Well, the gun was a whole separate hypothetical. It wasn't.
It could be a hypothetical, but bottom line is, when you're in prison, everybody can and cannot do certain things, and including being a rape victim or a rapist should not be part of the program while you're incarcerated.
Right, but to your own admission, people even still have sex in jail when they're not supposed to. So people aren't.
Yeah, you know what? I sure the fuck would. If it was a power move, I could get more food, friends.
But
more.
Okay, Maisha, here's the problem. Here's the problem. You got to look at the big picture here. Just as you said, people are going to choose to have sex in jail simply because they have the biological urge. But here's the problem: if there's a male and a female, it's different than if it's a female and female, because a male can get a female pregnant. Now you have a baby being born in jail.
They need to get their shit together.
No, but the problem is they couldn't get their shit together. That's why they're in jail.
I'm talking about the organization of the system.
No, I agree. And that's why the recommendation is that they have, I would say, a special prison that separates trans males, trans females. But what they'll try to do is they'll try to claim discrimination. My problem is the government doesn't have the balls to simply tell these people, fuck all that shit. We're going to do it like this. They just don't have the balls to do it.
or they just don't want to, and they're competing with other countries overseas and being like these rigid places to serve your time.
Well,
I don't know why they just don't make a trans-friendly jail cell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is a possibility.
Yeah, that's the conversation we need to bring up somewhere where the change gets made. Because I mean that's the only real way that I can see it too. I mean, you look at the facts. A man walks around with 40 times more testosterone than a woman. That will play into his sex drive. That plays into the way he acts, how aggressive he is, everything. Couple that with the fact that we've seen in female sports like female wrestling, this poor female wrestler got her head caved in by a transgender.
I seen that. It was insane.
Men are not only physically, in some cases physically more capable, but also they have the testosterone, they have the genetic predisposition to, in some cases, be more aggressive, especially when they're deprived, locked up in a cell where there's somewhere they don't want to be. It's just a bad mixture, and then you get those mixed in with women. It's everything that fundamentally goes against the idea of like incarceration and regulating people for the sake of their own betterment, which I think is kind of bullshit to begin with, but that's the whole prison industrial complex.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I understand what you're saying, Guido, and I agree with you. But it's like the baby's here. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, do those parents have rights to their child now?
Well, that's ultimately the problem. The only way to answer that is to take a look at what already does happen to pregnant women who deliver babies in prison. And that will give you basically the example of what will ultimately happen to a baby that's born, even if it's the result of a prison inmate on prison inmate sexual relationship.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see? Oh, that cabbage must be pretty good.
It's delicious. Oh. It could be better, but it's food in my stomach. I'm very grateful. I'm happy.
Oh, I'm getting ready to close down in probably about 10 minutes because that'll be about 3 hours, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. So,
thanks for having me on today.
I'm sorry. No, absolutely. So how's things with you in your yoga class, or how's things with you at work?
It's getting real intense. But work is going good. So everything's all good.
Work is going good. Yoga's getting intense. Okay. Cause you gotta be able to do those yoga poses just in case you have to go to prison.
I'll keep that in mind.
You gotta do the downwards dog.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Red Poo, I miss you. You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. You doing okay?
Are you proud of me?
Of course. Texas State, girl.
I know. I'm so excited. Campus life, right? So
how are you doing, Chuck? Sorry.
Oh, I'm doing fabulous.
Yes. That's good.
I have my appointment tomorrow. So
what do you said you're going for social
work and political science.
Nice. That's what's up.
So if I run for office one day, I have a lot of sketchy markers, but maybe I'll overcome them.
Gotta network too.
I know. It depends on how you look at it.
Mm-hmm. I think you're good.
Yeah, I love you too. I'll talk to you soon. You got to follow us on Instagram. Me, Misha, and Truck. We're just like talking. Like, I don't know what we're just like all in this room on Instagram. We're just talking, chatting. We're all cammed up, and Misha's family was real pretty in Canada.
No.
Yeah, you need to join us. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I had invited Misha to come in, but I think she must have been busy because she popped in and then she had to leave.
Yeah. Well, let me get on out of here, guys.
Yeah,
have a good night, everybody.
I'm getting ready to close down. I'm getting ready. So you ladies enjoy yourself. I don't know if we'll have another topic because I noticed Platinum is still missing in action. So
let's keep him in our prayers, guys.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Is this serious? Where he's not showing? Is this serious? Like he's not?
I have no idea.
He has not been. available. Maybe
Have
do you think
emailed them, Brandon?
his
Do you have
channel got
email address?
a strike or something?
Well, that is a possibility, but I don't think that's it because I haven't heard anything from him. He has a community chat.
Yeah.
What did y'all ask Jessica? Jessica's real close to Platt. Did you contact Jessica to get in touch with him?
No.
Or Red, do you have his email address? I have his email address.
Oh, okay. Well, shoot him an email.
Why don't we just email him?
Shoot him an email. See what happens.
Just to be like,
All
we're
right,
worried
guys.
about you.
Good night, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you all enjoyed yourself. I hope you guys had fun. I'd like to thank everybody who was contributing to the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It's funny because I started off serious and, gradually we ended where we are right now. So thank you, everybody who enjoyed the show. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. And glad you enjoyed the talk, I should say. Chances are you're going to hear more about this story tomorrow, and you may hear a little bit more of it through this week because something tells me that this is just the beginning. Something tells me that there's going to be major battles over this bill, SB 132. Something tells me that there's going to be a lot of shit coming out, especially when it comes to these high school students being forced to compete against males and stuff. So only time will tell. We'll see what happens. So, again, thank everybody for joining me. Brandon, you have a good night. I am signing out. I hope everybody enjoyed being here. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to keep this stream up so you can probably review it later. I don't think there's anything they can really do to me. So, I'm just going to keep it up and see what happens. So, y'all guys take care. I'm going to leave this up just in case you missed any of it. But almost a solid 3 hours, 2 hours, 54 minutes.
Almost.
So I got one last person says, we bought a Frigidaire combo set, dishwasher, fridge, microwave for $3,500. Yeah, that's pretty good. Basically, nowadays, when you buy a appliance set, you're basically paying about $800 to $1,000 per piece. I know my washer and dryer were like $800 each. And the in this case, a fridge is usually closer to $2,000. So yeah, that microwave is only about $300, $400. So Frigidaire is usually not overpriced. So yeah, I'll say that's pretty good. All right, everybody, you guys take care. I am so tired. I'll talk to you guys again in the next stream. Later.
Have a good night, Big Truck. Thanks for having us on.
You too, Brandon. Take care.
Yep.
Bye, Mike.